We love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me.
You know what? I talked to your man.
I'm feeling fly, yeah, I'm so damn fresh. Got that platinum grill, blingin' in the chest. Diamonds in my mouth, shining when I speak. That umbrella guy, flossing, speaking geek. Ice on my teeth, I'm dripping so hard. Platinum grills, I'm the king of the boulevard. Throwing money in the club, making haters mad. I'm the baddest in the game, no one gets a pass. Ooh yeah. Crushing all these lines, yeah, I feel fly. Rolling on the dubs, that umbrella guy. Iced out clothes on the boulevard. You ain't a comic gangster, don't be playing hard. Ice on my teeth, I'm flying so high. Dropping the bass, that umbrella guy. One grill to rule them all, one grill to bind them. Baby, I'm so iced out, gonna blind them. Rolling in town, I'm an army of one. Doing verbal walk-bys, blazing like the sun. Riding in my whip, crushing false accusers. Dropping off the bass on the real abusers. Yeah. Living life fast, no time for the slow. Justice on my mind, stacking up on that flow. Life in the fast lane, no time to blink. Ice on my teeth, watch it when I speak. Chillin' on my rhymes, never missing the beat. Ice on my teeth, yeah, I'm living that sweet. That umbrella guy, bringing the platinum heat. Crushing every hater, no time for the...
Oh, yeah, indeed. What's up, folks? How's it going today? Man, welcome to a Sunday early edition. Very early edition. We have Megalodonus Foe with us today, too. Didn't know if that one would happen or not, and it did. Woo, Megan!
Woo! I'm here. I don't know how long I'll be here, but I'm here for now.
Oh, man, today, this is amazing. Actually, the Shara video today. You know, I didn't know it was coming today, and I noticed it pop up in my feed, and then people like Max Lab again, props to him, wrote me. It was like, hey, have you seen this? You know, no. Luckily for once, YouTube told me a video was coming. Man, there's a lot in this one too.
Oh, so much. And I mean, there were a couple of things that made me gasp. And yeah. And there's another smoking gun. We haven't seen a smoking gun like this since the anti-what-the-hales ecosystem. And that email was a big smoking gun. We have a second big smoking gun email from BBB, Bruce, who just cannot help himself. He has to tell you what he's doing. And I don't want to blow it. I'm just going to say it's another smoking gun, though.
It's amazing, actually. I like this time, too. Shara not only made her video, but she set up a file with all the media stuff on it. So we have the emails separated. Easier. I mean, they're amazing. You have Bruce plotting with Milltown. It's so good.
Yes. I mean, and so also trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do with the Ohio attorney.
Yeah,
there's that, and he unbelievably copy Shara on all this stuff. So these emails she was copied on all of them. It's just like, wow, you are not smart.
It's because he cannot stop bragging about what he's doing behind the scenes. He can't. I mean, that's. I'm like, why, man? Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that?
I don't know why he does what he does, but I'm glad he does it because, it's just more proof. It's proof that this stuff is happening.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, yeah, for sure. He's definitely, without him, it would have been hard to make the case for a lot of this stuff, like the plotting and more.
yeah, conspiracy. But every day we get more evidence of a conspiracy against Jeremy Hales.
God, I want to look at these Milltown freaking these emails. Let's pull them up by themselves. Let's do that. I want to look at those first. I think they're funny. Yeah, because he's been doing his best to remember that they're collaborators. They just collaborate on videos. They're not conspirators, and yet. And yet, let me see. I'll blow it up as much as I can. Let me do something here. Let me see if I can download these real fast, because they're smushed up in the middle. It's kind of hard to read certain things on it. Yeah. Well, I have to give Facebook one thing. They download smoothly. You know how Twitter, like you gotta.
Oh yeah, Twitter's a whole pain.
Yeah, there's you just right click save. It's good to go. I've almost got the whole setup already, including the Ohio lawyer one. Okay.
That one's my favorite. I'm not going to lie. That one is my favorite. I have reached out to the Ohio attorney for a comment. I have not heard back yet. So I will refrain from speculating on his response because we don't have his response. I did ask him if he'd be willing to share that or to have any kind of comment about, this email because it's pretty spectacular, folks.
It is. Like I said, I can't believe that he would tag other people in these emails while plotting to do just messed up garbage. So here's Milltown. I mean, they're tagging Shara into stuff, which is amazing. You can see it on some of them because he CCs, and you'll see it on a few of them. But obviously, he's doing it on a lot of them. And again, he can't help himself. He's BCCing at least, if nothing else. God, why would you need credit for your plot behind the scenes?
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't. But it's so embarrassing. It's so cringeworthy.
Now, Shara does have a video up. Like I said, Shara Wolf. Look up her channel. Sub to it if you haven't. And when I note that her videos, people don't know when they're going to drop. So she doesn't get as much traction sometimes as they should. And this one's a good video. It's solid. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. A lot. Like, God, I'm not even sure. It depends on how long it takes to dish through it. But even then, God, there's still some more stuff. So look at here we go. Bruce to Milltown. Some video with Walla. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. This must have been somebody from a long time ago. Oh, then again, I don't watch Milltown's channel, so I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't keep up with him. If this wasn't here, I wouldn't know. I would like to discuss webcasts on your channel about the case in the near future. Please give me a call if interested in hearing more. Anytime. Wow. Remember though, they're totally not conspiring. They're collaborators, right? I love it. I love how he comes out and he's like, no, we were just collaborating on the videos. I swear.
To be fair, this very first one is pretty normal. I mean, I want to
and they get crazy.
I want to discuss your, this case. Give me a call. Okay, that's all fine. That's normal. That's normal. Like, maybe you want to talk about coverage or whatever. That's fine. That seems all normal. Just wait. Let's just wait because it's going to go off the rails here in a minute.
Oh yeah. So then you get an answer back. Oh, Oh, hey, what do you have in mind? I'm very cautious about covering the Hale's case, as I've been threatened with litigation more than once. His fan base sent me in a deep depression. Oh my God,
Oh,
already.
here we go with the mental health.
Oh my Lord.
Dave, you gotta stop. You're a
Ugh.
grown man. Stop telling every single person you come in contact with that you have a mental illness. That is not a character. It's not something that you use like to tell people who you are, really. Like, just go take care of that with your therapist.
Yeah, indeed. You've got a mental health professional. You've said that before. So go and get your money's worth. Or if it's not your money, your taxpayer money's worth, whatever.
Stop telling random strangers about your mental health issues.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for him. Stop. Please, Dave, stop.
I just want to be able to share my opinions on a popular YouTuber. So, of course, Hales isn't supposed to be able to say anything back or anything. He just wants to be able to create an echo chamber. That's the kind of discussion I'm hearing. I don't want any blowback,
Right.
I'm always open.
I don't want to hear a response to my criticism. I just want to criticize people without being responded to.
Yep. I'm always open to hear anyone out, though. Okay. Now, you notice the times, too. We notice all of this happening on the 1st. Our communications here. Here's BBB back. Thanks
boy.
for getting back to
Here
me.
we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Get your popcorn out, folks. It's going to be a long. Get comfy. Put your feet up. Get your ottoman. It's going to take a while to get through this long-winded diatribe. That was the word I was looking for.
Diet tribe.
No, that's what Dave needs.
Oh my God. Thanks for getting back to me. As you probably see, all of the quote unquote law tubers covering the case on YouTube are just piling on. There's no real objectivity, serious legal analysis, or any semblance of journalism. They've been co-opted by Hale.
Was it funny? That's all I really want to know. Was it funny? If it was funny, then I did my job.
It started with Megan Fox, PJ Media article in February.
Yes,
And
it was a very
grew
good very good article. I recommend you go read it.
Well, and the funny thing is, though, coverage started with Larry. We all.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so, I mean, they don't even have the narrative right.
Well, I heard about it probably around the same time Larry did.
Mhm.
I have a feeling that the same people who were trying to get our attention were emailing both of us.
Yeah.
And I had started looking into it. And then Larry did his first video and I went, oh, thank God, I don't have to do all of this on my own. I can watch Larry's coverage and then I'll get more caught up because he's starting from the beginning. That's how, but we basically got onto it at the same time. But it's true that Larry's was the very first coverage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched his interview and then right after it, right after it, you had stuff. So,
yeah,
I mean, it was right in the same time frame, but still, I mean, they just, it's not exactly right there, and that bothers me because I remember it. I remember it very well. It started with the article in February, grew from there.
Yeah, he's giving me credit for it, but really, Larry deserves the credit. I don't know why he's not crediting Larry.
Because, women,
Yeah, he's blaming. I'm getting the blame. Yeah, that tracks.
Most interesting would be how she and Hales got connected for her to do her article in the first place and how they got the rest to jump on board.
I can answer that. I sent an email to Jeremy Hales. I said, hey, I saw you on Larry Foreman's channel. I'm interested in this story with this crazy judge. And then I probably asked him for a document or two and he said, sure. That's how that worked. Is that mind-blowing, earth-shattering?
I know.
News?
Well, it's the same way. You were, how did I get involved? You wrote and you were like, hey, this looks like it's right up your alley. It looks crazy and fun.
And funny.
And I was like, all right.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And then when I watched that interview, I was like, whoa, this is nuts. Then I read a few court documents and it got even crazier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that complicated, Bruce. It's really not a complicated story how we got interested in it.
No, it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
But anyway, None of them have any differing perspective. It's all taking up Hale's viewpoint, making stupid jokes. This
'Cause
is
he's
the
right.
same stupid. I mean, when you're talking about people being
When you're
stupid,
saying someone else is stupid, you should probably know how to spell the word.
stupid.
Stupid. Stupid. It's very stupid.
God, I can't believe how stupid people are.
Well, it's ridiculous is what it is.
It's so ridiculous. That's true. Calling
The
people
stupidity is
childish
ridiculous.
nicknames. Childish nicknames. Oh my God! How
Someone
dare
call the
people.
authorities. They're telling jokes.
Yeah, well, he's just he's admitted that it's jokes and childish nicknames. Okay,
Okay.
you do have the
Sounds
ability
real
to do
legal. Sounds
Yep.
very, very legal to me.
that. Yep. And just using the whole saga for cheap entertainment for their bored viewers that they
Oh
don't
God, chat,
even
he's
have
coming for you
perspective.
now. Watch out, he's coming for you. He says
Yep.
you're bored.
You're so bored. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. They said everyone was all women. It didn't matter if you were men or not. And you're all older and overweight. That's what they said. It was like, wait a minute. Especially considering their PR. Do you think they really should take those shots?
Yeah.
Yeah. After watching you and Walla discuss it, I see.
Oh, wait, you missed a part.
Oh,
For their
my bad.
bored viewers, they don't even have to produce or create. I take exception to that, sir. I have created and produced multiple hit songs from Suno AI. I will have you know, I am very creative. I take exception to this.
You know what the difference is between like a Milltown and like one of us, like us here? We're entertaining. That's the thing.
Yep, that's the difference.
When you sit here and you do live streams, the creation and the production, it's you find something, you cover it, but you entertain people, and you manage to do that for hours every day, every single day. That's something that they can't imagine, and of course, a BBB can't imagine.
No, they don't know what it takes to entertain people. I take serious umbrage with this allegation that I have not created or produced anything. I have put hours, hundreds of hours into producing and creating content just for you people, and I think you know that.
Man, there's already
writing an entire musical.
I can't believe 2,200 people found. Man, I know advertisement. I got to this late today, and everything. I forgot to tag it
out. I tweeted it out, and I put it on Locals too. Hi to the Locals chat, by the way. They're in there. They're already sending me egg memes. Very, very funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, we've got the chats and some dog memes too. Thank you for the memes, guys. I love the memes, by the way. The memes are great. And meganfox.locals.com. Yeah, we have fun in there in the live chat. So join if you would like to.
After watching you and Walla discuss it, I see that you seem to see it differently and more closely to how I do. Yeah, I got a plot together. I had offered the other YouTubers to be a panelist to give a different perspective, but none would respond.
Yeah, because you know why, Bruce? Because your first email that you sent to me, I immediately went, oh, that's a crazy person, and put it right in the trash. The way you write says, I'm crazy. Yep.
He's also blaming DUI Guy. And, that's because DUI Guy didn't have him on. We learned later. We actually, nobody knew this at first, but he thinks there's some raging conspiracy. See, that explains even more. He conspired with these people, saying that there was a conspiracy that Larry Foreman had somehow, blacklisted him. Because look at him, which is, I think, due to DUI Guy Larry Foreman. I'll explain. By the way, later.
I didn't know that Larry was going to have him on until way later. Larry and I did not discuss Bruce at all in the very beginning. Not at all. We only discussed the court case and what was going on in Jeremy's protective order case. We discussed the legal stuff. Neither one of us even knew that Bruce was talking to the other one. Like, we didn't know we both had emails from him. till way further down the line.
I didn't realize he had written about being a panelist, as he wants to call it.
Panelist.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't have panel shows, by the way.
I don't
something
either.
do.
I just have guests on if I want a guest on. And BBB, the first time I had any dealing with him that I noticed was him threatening litigation. So
Yup.
I don't panel with people like that. Also, I saw again what he did with Veteran Nation. I mean, that says totally right on there. So after watching you and let's see, here we are. I don't know why you have so few subscribers.
Oh, you don't?
I can tell you why.
I can. Yeah, let me count the ways.
It's because Lunch Muffin there is fucking
Lunch
boring.
Muffin. How do you keep coming up with these? My God, Lunch Muffin. Just when I think you've gotten all of your fat jokes out. Lunch Muffin appears.
Lunch Muffin.
Oh God, that's funny.
But if you're interested in having a quote unquote scoop, does it come from a blue bucket, by the way? I'm just curious. Does your scoop?
Oh no, don't touch the scoop in the blue bucket.
Never touch that scooper.
Never.
On a case that would undoubtedly put you in the middle of it and get you, again, it's the same thing he pulled with Shizzy and others, and get you many more subscribers. I want to speak to you in confidence initially to make sure.
What a weird. All right, this is one of the red flags.
Inspiring,
right? And by the way, one of the red flags, and just the way he writes, where I was like, oh, this is a crazy person, which is why I threw his stuff in the trash. I want to speak to you in ... in confidence. That is the weirdest way to write that. It makes no sense. This is a person with like a mental problem. Like, this is why I don't want to talk to you. If you write me a letter and you say in here, first of all, it's a wall of text. Second of all, it says, I want to speak to you in ... ellipsis and then repeating the word in. No, this is a person with a problem. I'm telling you, I've read enough things from people and emails from people that I can tell, and this one is
yeah. It's also it's saying that you 100% have to agree with me, because to make sure we would be quote unquote on the same page and no surprises. I mean, again, they're talking about this.
Why would you call a person like this? Like, why would you pick up the phone and call this person? Like, you must not. Well, of course, we already know Dave's told us about his mental issues. So maybe he doesn't see it when someone is, targeting him for something nefarious. But this is a nefarious email.
Maybe he's just the same. Maybe that type notices that type,
Yeah.
Maybe they find each other.
Mm-hmm. But boy, I was like, I'm far away from this guy. I don't want anything to do with him. Nothing whatsoever.
Also, if you're afraid of being attacked by Hales and his devoted fans in chat, then this isn't for you, huh? So he told him he'd get blowback, Now,
which is interesting because Dave was like, I don't want any blowback. So I'm surprised he went for it. Because he was saying,
he was promised all of these rewards. He was like, you will get many more subscribers. You'll have a scoop here. You'll be in the middle of it. Basically, you get to take down this guy with 700,000 subscribers.
And look what he's doing with the promising monetary gain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's recruiting. It's right. It's exactly what we're saying.
Promising subscribers, channel building, all on what again? Oh, defaming Jeremy Hales for money. Wow.
Amazing,
isn't that what this guy said we were doing? Didn't he say we? Those of us who agreed with Jeremy Hales and think that he's getting the raw deal here, didn't he say we are a conspiracy for money?
Yep.
We're taking his client, his what is it? Indigent, poor, disabled,
elderly,
private individual.
Elderly. Don't forget elderly.
Elderly, private individual, in order to, what was it again? Cyber stalking under the guise of journalism.
Yep.
to make money. Polymops. Remember Polymops?
Polymops will ruin the world.
Polymop.
Oh my God. This is number 2. Let me make sure these are in order. Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel
Yeah.
like I've got a case of the Polymops. I need some penicillin.
If you want to engage in serious coverage of a serious matter in a serious way, this is what I am potentially offering you the opportunity for. This is creepy shit, dude. This is creepy.
It's very
He's telling
creepy.
you how you have to cover it too, fat boy. That's the thing. Like, this would have pissed me off right
Oh,
here.
yeah. Right. So that we're on the same page. I never would have responded to somebody writing to me like this. And by the way, he's always saying that I can't say certain things or do certain things because Jeremy Hales told me not to. Jeremy Hales has never told me a damn thing about how to run my show. Never, not once. And if he did, he'd find out real fast I don't listen. Go ask my dad. Go ask my dad and my husband how well I listen to don't do this, don't do that.
Well,
On my own show? Oh, fuck you.
They're
No.
just, it's the same thing again with dogs. You know, remember, we heard about her from Shara with 2 dogs suddenly. 2 dogs, Jeremy rumor. It was like, wait a minute. And then, you know, it's like that every single time. Every time something comes up. And it's the same way. They hide what they're doing with I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
but the weird part is that he cooked up this allegation to make against Jeremy Hales and anybody who supports him. He cooked up the allegation that we were doing it for YouTube content. But you're about to find out that he's doing exactly what he's doing for YouTube content. He just told Dave, if you cover this, you're going to get more subscribers. And how would you get more subscribers? Because I'm going to give you this content.
No, it's even worse. He is offering legal advice to someone that is not his client right here.
Oh yeah, this is unbelievable. This is unlawful right here.
Yes, it is 100%. That's why when you watch one of the law channels, they always tell you this is not legal advice.
Not legal advice. It's not that lawyers don't want to give it to you or whatever. They are prohibited by law.
Yeah.
If you are not the client of an attorney, if you are not a paying client, you cannot get legal advice from that attorney. An attorney is legally barred from giving you any legal advice without being without them being retained as your lawyer. Here he is offering to give Dave legal advice.
Mm-hmm. He says, if you receive anything written constituting, quote unquote, threats of litigation from Hales or his lawyers, I'd love to see it. I'd be happy to give you my candid legal judgment. So he's telling you, again, I will. If you get something, I'm not representing you because they don't have anything formalized. You can tell they just started talking. I mean, it's the same day. You know,
it's crazy.
It's 9 hours later. I expect to assess it as complete BS, but have to read it to be sure. So he's already made a judgment too, that the law of, any litigation, that's because all of these idiots thought that Jeremy would not sue anybody. And they were wrong.
I don't know why they thought that. Why would they think that? Well, he's already sued people. They know that he has sued people. I've never heard him say, I'm going to do this thing and then not do it. Yeah. And he keeps on saying, if you keep it up, I'm going to sue you. It's weird how they don't take him seriously. It's weird.
Man, this video, I'm like, man, there's so much in this. I don't know if I can get through it all in one day.
I know. I don't think we can.
Just the emails alone. I mean, this stuff is wild. And what you're seeing here are people, again, they tried to say that they were collaborating on videos, like, hey, I hit up a person and I wanted to do a video. No, they're coordinating. What we know already, we know the anti what the hell's media ecosystem was a real thing. We saw them talking about it. It was leaked. And I mean, they even named it. They named the damn conspiracy. And here we have the building of one of them getting involved. Then we have I'm a lawyer for 27 years. I can explain all the ridiculous errors in Megan Fox's article.
Oh, can you now?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Megan. You were so wrong that, wait a minute, what happened with that case? Oh, but again, they say, Silverman, he's some kind of monster. He dropped the case. He was bribed.
God.
That's amazing to me. Like they've turned on Lloyd. I wonder how fast they'll turn on Sean.
Oh, by the way, I did just hear from Sean. Sean has no comment.
Yeah, of course
he will not be commenting on
I get it.
anything to do with this case, and that's his. That's up to him totally. I think he's made the right call in most of this. To stay quiet.
I think him getting involved was the wrong call. Sean, you should have done your research.
Yeah,
you
that was
should
a
have,
bad call.
I mean, because he got on a live stream and let these idiots just pour bullshit in his ear. And that the Ohio Protective Order, man, I mean, these people are wild and crazy. If this stuff would have happened, I get to be totally fair to lawyers, everyone deserves to have a lawyer, even if they're willing to be wrong. Yes. But I would not want to. I mean, they lied. They lied and continued to lie. And they lied. I'm sure they lied to their lawyers too. But Bruce, in recruiting, lied to people. And he recruited quite a few people into this. Still recruiting. To this day, still recruiting. I've seen some of the emails, He's still recruiting. But anyway, here's some more emails. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Now that's actually a 2023 email. Are there other emails?
I can't see those. Like, they're too blurry. Were you able to read those?
I can zoom it. See, check that out. Bam. Look at that.
You can see them.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't see them on my phone. That it was really too blurry.
You have to save the image itself. Like, that's why I love that she uploaded these as a media file, because now
because now we can see. Oh, these I haven't read. This is great.
What's up with this, Shara, by the way? Look, there's a voice clip.
Oh, there's a voice note.
Yeah, what's up with that, lady?
I don't know.
Access to that?
I bet Shara has that. Yeah, I would think.
Shara, we need it. I thought, now this is jumping to 2023. Again, if we jump around, I'm just making this clear, I mean, not jump into 2020, but jump into June 17th. I said 2023. Wait a minute. Okay, so we have June 1st, 2024, but this jumps back to, it says June 17, 2023. Are the dates off on here, or? I'm confused by something.
I don't know. Well, no, it looks like, okay, so Dave is sending screenshots of his emails to...
Oh, from back when? Okay,
from back when?
Okay, this is...
I don't know who they're to.
What was
it looks like they're to Jeremy.
Yeah, so, I mean, did they had a problem a year before
that?
It
looks like July 15th of 2021. This was between Jeremy and Dave.
No, this is July 17th, 2023. It's hard to read.
Wait. July. Sorry, what did I say?
That's what I'm saying.
July.
Like, this message stream here with Bruce is July 1st, 2024.
June 1st.
Or June. Yeah, I keep saying
And then
July.
this one is July of 2021 between
2023.
Stupid Dave and Jeremy.
21. So I'm messing up July and June, and you're messing up 21, 23.
Yeah.
Well, it's because that 1 year. I think you're attaching to 1 year. It's the same thing. But it's interesting. So, again, Jeremy, really, I thought you had become educated on fair use the last time you did this my channel, Mr. Hales. It would mean a lot if you released the claim on my video and did not maybe wait 10 days like last time. Again, it's abuse of a YouTube copyright system to send false DMCAs, to silence those who criticize you. It's also committing perjury. How is it perjury?
What?
How is a false DMCA perjury?
Oh, well, because you sign the thing under penalty of perjury, I guess, that you're doing it in good faith, and he's saying you're not, so that to him is perjury.
I'm trying to grow a channel here, and you are making that a pain in the ass, quite frankly. Actions like this make me seriously curious about what John Cook and Lynette have to say. You did hear they offered me an exclusive interview, right? Huh, now that's a fascinating little tidbit, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So they offered an exclusive interview to him, and then that marked him as friendly. So it makes sense why BBB would be out there. I gotcha. I was just getting ready to move on from covering you. Oh, well, it looks like the good Lord wants my focus on your content for some reason. Please, though, Jeremy, release the claim on my video. Maybe try to work with small creator for once instead of against them. Respectfully, Meal Times. Now, you get an answer here. It was.
I don't know. This might be before. Is this an answer or is this before that?
No, this is after that. This is the next day at 8:04
okay.
a.m. Yeah, because he's like, our legal team will be in contact with you, or you may supply us your lawyer, and we'll contact them directly. Either which way, you made these choices to steal other people's copyrighted content, and you will endure the consequences of your choices. He said, no legal team on my end. I will be handling this pro se. Very dumb choice, fat boy.
Oh, you dumbass.
I am.
What a dumbass.
You don't want to ride any of it like pro se. I mean, I don't care if you're 100% in the right. The guy with the law team.
Don't ever do pro se.
Well, anybody that kept up with Laura Owens, you remember?
Yeah.
We saw her outmatch somebody in a courtroom, even though she didn't have truth on her side. She had a lawyer on her side.
Right. And he did a wonderful job. He actually did the best kind of job you could do without being a lawyer. And it did not even matter. No. It just didn't matter because you're just never going to win that way. You have to be one of the gang, which is an attorney.
Which is a lot of bullshit. You should be able to, but unfortunately you can't. So even if somebody 100% agreed with him, like that's the dumbest move you could ever make. I'm a small channel, as you're well aware. I am also not making a dime on these videos, so good luck. I have complied with fair use practices, which Haas versus Klein. I have no problem crowdfunding for any help. You would not crowdfund a fucking lawsuit. You're ridiculous. I'm in lead with a defense. You see YouTubers come together when it comes to fair use. I'm well versed in fair use, fair dealing laws. I urge you to seek counsel before you waste your money. No one is riding your coattails. I simply cover YouTubers and their behavior. So again, he's a drama channel right here. I cover YouTubers and their behavior. I'm a drama channel, but I can't take it when someone talks about me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, what a declaration there. You know, I have every right to talk about you, but if you talk about me, I'm breaking down up here. Oh my God. Save me from the evil. Lord, I have every right to do so. Fat man. Okay. So he's sending these. That's what it is, you know. He got a response back. All further communications will be through our legal team and the courts per YouTube copyright policy. And once the legal paperwork is uploaded, you will have all your videos permanently removed. You're not the first to steal our content. You sure won't be the last. We don't care about your commentary or interviews. YouTube's own internal system flags and reports you using our videos. You're intentionally stealing copyrighted content, which we specifically specify YouTube setting that nobody may use, including you. And we will pursue this to the full extent of the law. So they're writing, let's see. He wrote that. And of the 7 DMCA filed, I appealed 4. He never filed suit. The other 3 I took on the chin because I just moved and didn't want to give my new address and phone number because I had moved due to doxing and other concerns. Okay. That's fascinating, though. All these supposed fair use champions, the ones that say you can use anything on YouTube, aren't they threatening to strike us every time that we?
Every time.
Something to theirs. That's interesting.
Every freaking time, and in fact, they have struck me for
that's another
obvious
reason.
fair use. Obvious fair use.
That's another reason Tubby wanted to write my name on a board, I think, because he knows I won't strike his channel. You know, because I don't have that reputation. I may have a reputation for throwing
For other
elbows.
things.
Yeah, but not for that. So I can also send you the unlisted links to my former Hale's content that I was bullied into taking down. Yes, please. It also wasn't taken down. He had it unlisted and was sharing it. That's another fascinating thing in here. You know, he didn't act, he moved it to Rumble and he unlisted it so he can share it with him. That's what I'm getting from those links then. That must be what they want. Then you have BBB. Would you want to get into the fray as the YouTuber who has the other side of your webcast to discuss the case, to counter Fox, Foreman, Tug, et al.? If so, I can informally give you guidance. If Hales tries it, I will informally give you guidance. He's talking about, again,
Legal advice.
Legal advice. Yes.
Again, legal advice. And people who use et al. In an email, like, come on, knock it off.
I like etc.
It's just so. What's the word? It's just so.
He's pompous.
Yes, thank you for thinking of that.
Would you like any gray poop on? I'm like, I don't want you to poop on anything. What are you talking about, you sicko?
Et al.
I knew a guy who said that one time. Somebody was asking about something and making a joke. They were like, would you like any gray poop on? The guy, he was dead smack serious, a redneck. He was like, I don't want you to poop on anything.
Oh, that's almost as good as Pillars.
No, the Pillars was the best thing I've ever heard. That was, oh my God. I mean, I about died. I mean, I've never laughed at somebody for that many weeks. So we have another are you question. Are you willing to pursue? This is wild too. Are you willing to pursue what is called a declaratory judgment action, an actual law? So he's shopping lawsuits. This is another him going and shopping, trying to get somebody to file litigation against Jeremy Hales. They didn't pursue him to do it. He's pursuing
him. Other people.
Yes.
Do you guys know how illegal this is?
Yeah.
This is called solicitation.
And he's trying to keep his hands clean by middlemaning the same thing I believe that we saw with Stark.
Yeah.
This is the same thing we see. So he says what's called a declaratory judgment action, an actual lawsuit by you versus Hale seeking a court declaration that your use of his videos constituted fair use and clearing the way for your future fair use without fear of him filing false DMCA, etc. If so, I think there'll be lawyers willing to handle that for no upfront fees. So again, he's playing the, no money down. I can get you involved. We can sue somebody and more. And nothing comes out of your pocket. Same bullshit that he himself has pulled.
By the way, I think Dave, not that he's going to do it because he's not smart enough, but I think he's got a pretty good suit himself against Bruce for getting him sued.
Yeah.
He gave him this legal advice that went horribly wrong for Dave because Dave is now being sued.
Yes, and you could sue.
He told you, Dave, from the beginning that you weren't going to get sued. And not only that, he was going to set you up with this lawsuit. You guys were going to get to sue Jeremy Hales. Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't real upfront with you.
He also offered you incentive. He incentivized all of this discussion. Oh, you'll get subs. You'll get fame. You'll get all of this. Again, he talked you into making, but instead of super, you got to be stupid. You did. Stupid Dave, man. He made you look like a fool.
You've got I think you've got a suit there, or at the very least, a bar complaint.
I think you could sue over it if he ends up, especially especially when it comes to money out of pocket.
Yeah, like
Oh,
if you
yeah.
lose this lawsuit with Jeremy Hales, you can sue Bruce to make him pay it because he told you weren't going to get sued.
Even if he has to pay money out of pocket, period, like lawyers or anything else, he gave you legal advice. And
He
that
sure
was
did.
ridiculous.
And it was real bad legal advice that got you sued.
Yep.
Boy, you know what? I bet he
clowns,
told all of them the same thing.
Oh,
and
he did.
What? And you know what? That means that they probably can all sue him for their legal fees if that he got them into this thing.
No. They're talking, oh man, you can see again, this is on the 2nd. So this conversation has gone from the 1st to the 2nd. Hey, let me know if you want to speak. If so, let's plan a time for a call. Oh man, they're getting together, plotting around tonight after 9 p.m. or tomorrow. Now, I can't read these. These right here.
Okay,
I think that's the Jeremy Hale. No, those are the Jeremy Hales one. That's got to be Jeremy Hale's symbol right there. So that's what this is. That's the same images that have been sent. Yeah, it is. Because you that first one, remember, it cut him off, and then you could see it on the next image. That's what that is. All right, good deal. Okay. I'm glad, like I said, she uploaded these that way. Dave, I would be open and willing to have discussions with anyone about anything involving Jeremy, as long as it is protected by the First Amendment and isn't hate speech.
Hate speech. Dave, you need a lesson.
Is not real,
hate speech is free speech. What you are trying to say is, as long as it's not what you should have been trying to say, is as long as it's not defamation.
Yes. See, hate speech isn't, when I say hate speech isn't real, what I mean is in this legal setup, what you're talking about, you're not going to get sued for hate speech. You're going to get sued because
there's no such thing. There's no such thing in the law. It doesn't exist. I know you guys think it does because the news is always telling you that things are hate speech. But in the law, that doesn't exist. And any judge will laugh you out of his courtroom for saying something was hate speech. They'll be like, what? What is that? There is no such legal definition in the law, in American law.
Now, as far as lawsuit, I'd be willing to join a class action with all the other YouTubers who he false flagged.
Class action.
If it were just me on my own. Well, it's funny how this has changed, huh? Now he's in a lawsuit. He and a bunch of other assholes are getting sued.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, well,
you got your class action. Just wasn't the class you were expecting.
He was like, if it were just me on my own, it would be very risky, I think. So he's a coward. He won't do it on his own. He wouldn't go after him. I mean, again, if I felt I was 100% in the right, then I would be 100% in the right. I would go after it. However, I can name 7 or 8 creators he did this to. Fascinatingly, we don't have 7 or 8 names that pop up. Now here, this is interesting because I guess these are the links that to the videos where he's gone and re-uploaded them to Rumble. Yeah, so the videos, see, false DMCA, the video Jeremy Hales doesn't want you to see. Oh my God,
why does he not have a life?
Oh, I just think it's funny because
why do these people think it's a good idea to make content about one other YouTuber all the time? That's all negative all the time. I don't understand.
Jeremy realized that he had taken these videos and he was still sharing them with people. He just unlisted them.
Oh yeah, that's also a good question.
Because he had the takedown notice about them. I mean, they were taken down and he re-uploaded them.
I just spilled a huge thing of Legos all over my floor.
Oh my God. Why? Jeremy Hales has lost his mind. Doxing kids. This behavior is unacceptable. This is the kind of shit he's uploading, but it's not drama, right?
Right.
So he's making claims about him doxing children. Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Jeremy Hales verbally, what the lies instead of... Look at the name of the videos here. A turtle lady has slid into my DMs. What do I do? That's the link to it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that just hit me. I didn't notice it before. I didn't read the links before.
Oh my
Turtle lady
God.
has slid into my DMs.
What do I do?
You know when someone
Run,
slides in your
son,
DMs.
run.
Yeah, when someone slides in your DMs, that's not a positive way of saying it. Slide
The
into my
chat
DMs.
is telling me that there's such a thing as a Lego vacuum. Is that real? Where it
I
just
have no
vacuums
idea.
up Legos?
I don't
I
know.
need to know if that's real. That sounds like
That's
something I
funny
need.
though.
I know.
By the way, if you enjoy this content and you'd like to help out the channel, make sure to tell people we're live. We have over 3,000 people, almost 3,100 people, which again is amazing considering, you know, just Sundays, you never know anyway. But we managed to.
Jeremy's show tonight should be pretty good.
Yeah, it should be fire.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. If you'd like to go further too, and consider breadsticks, they are always welcome, especially considering the last few months. They are welcome. And thank you, as always, for being here. Let's look at the other links to that. I want to see if the other ones had any weird names too. This one was just the same thing there. Okay. This one, no, that's the same. That's weird. This other one just got this weird name. The slides it. And this one too is Jeremy Hales verbally attacks a female journalist, all because she wants to what?
She wants to
Something. It just
Oh, that must be about Shara.
I guess. You know.
Oh, by the way, I think I already inferred this, and I think we said this, but I did hear from Sean one more time, and he just said, "You're free to browse my YouTube channel and infer a response," which means, you know, he hasn't done any videos on this. He's done none. So whatever Bruce was trying to do to get Sean involved in his little anti-What the Hales media ecosystem didn't work. So we can infer from that he probably didn't respond to that email.
I'm guessing the way it went is he was sold this idea of what Ohio was supposedly versus when he walked into the courtroom, it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, once you get access to the evidence, which we had access to all her evidence. You know, I had it. We had a 300-page supplemental that she gave to Judge Grudge. Once you really look through it all, you realize what's going on here.
Well, you also have other lawyers like getting involved, you know, and unfortunately, lawyers often take the word of other lawyers over anyone, you know, and they selectively hear, you know, some of them, they want to, you know, you're talking about, again, a giant YouTuber. If it was the way that they had been saying, the anti-What the Hales ecosystem, if it was indeed that, this would be a huge case to be on. It would 100%. The only problem is it isn't.
It isn't. They lied. Yeah, he lied. He told a lot of lies on that first show that he was on with Sean, when Sean was on with Shara and Bruce. And that was where Sean got introduced to the case. And it was funny because Sean started out going, it's never Rico. He started out saying that. He goes, whenever I hear people say it's Rico, I'm just telling you it's never Rico. And by the end of it, he was like, I know I said it was never Rico, but this sure sounds like Rico. Because they lied.
Yep.
They lied about the things that Jeremy Hales had done. And about how they lied about everything. So, you know, you're probably right. He probably just believed this other lawyer. And, you know, he was on with MLS and Bruce, and he believed them. And, you know, he found out.
So then we have another video popped in. This is a video that covers what was done to us creators as well. Peepaw. I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know. There's a bunch of other people mentioned in here too that I've never heard of. So you guys,
Well,
you know that this has been going on for a lot longer
yeah.
than before we got involved. So there's going to
Well,
be things that we're like, huh, who, what?
I think you had disjointed people commenting like it was YouTube drama. You know, you're going to have creators that sound off on everything, and they're going to be people that have, for whatever reason, they like or dislike. You know, some of them will just get involved and be anti the 700,000 subscriber channel because, hey, if you take them down again, big clicks, big money, big prizes, you know, and that's what they
Right.
think. But yeah, then you get this concerted effort. Then you have the media ecosystem they start building. And I love it. They keep trying to spin it because they keep saying there's the what the hell's ecosystem. And it's another one of those things they try to pretend that there is
they
no
didn't start,
legitimacy.
that they didn't
Yeah.
do it. That they
Well, it's
didn't
just
start
words,
yeah.
you know. It's a deflection point. Then you get Bruce like, oh, give me a call. Easier to discuss on phone, baby. Yeah.
Let's talk in private.
Ooh, how about we get you and supersize that meal for you, fat boy? How about your
By the way, when I'm vetting somebody for a story, if they insist that we talk on the phone and they won't give me details in email, there is a quite a large chance I'll never talk to them.
Yep.
I need to know, what are we talking about? Give me the basics. I want the TLDR in my email first. You don't get to dictate to me, by the way, you know, how I discuss a story with you. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to want that in writing. Yeah. Very rarely do I get on the phone with somebody like that. I would never do this. It's a very big red flag.
Well, here's the video. Speaking of lawyers in Ohio, here's the communication that you were discussing. And this was kind of wild to see here. You know, it's like, damn. So you have, again, Sean noted. You have Shara, since she put it together. She left the email again. Well, these are her redactions on that. And you have Bruce in this. This is from June. So again, yet another June freaking mail. Sean, this is again from Bruce. Shara obtained this. It shows how George tried to provoke something they could use to support an Ohio contempt. Huh. Now, is this the police report, by the way, that she included?
I think so.
Okay,
The
well, I
Levy
pulled the
County,
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the December 16th one that's in there. I'll pull it up.
I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got it. She uploaded that one too. He's like, how's it going? He's like, hey, baby, you want to get in bed together? I mean, wait, how's it going? Will you be filing an appearance soon? It'll make for a lot of new YouTube content once you do.
Oh my God. This is the one that another one that will go down in infamy, just like the anti what the hales media ecosystem. This is proof, undeniable, black and white proof that he is doing litigation. He is encouraging litigation for YouTube content.
Yep.
Then look at what it says. For what the hales and everyone else.
Yep. This is the thing. They keep talking about all of this being an online drama that has been created by what the hales. But when you look at it,
Look at this.
who's talking about content? You know?
Look at this. DTG says the Rico is coming from inside the house. Yes.
That's hilarious. Man, I can't believe some of this stuff. I cannot believe the things that he is engaged in. This is so, it's so bizarre and crazy. Oh,
It's bizarre. And when he says for everyone else, who do you think he's talking about?
oh, you
You
know
think
he's talking about
He's talking about
the
his people.
yeah, Milltown and 2 L's and the Well, let's just say it the way he would say. It's the anti what the hell's media ecosystem.
Yep.
That's who he's talking about, 100%. But he is also, he's involving himself into something. Now, I don't know if Sean, again, from his answers, it seems like he's saying, I didn't make any video. I wonder about communications, though. That's the one thing I would like to know about, because he's not part of the team. Like, BBB is not part of the Ohio litigation at all. So if there's communications going back and forth, like, that would be a real problem. Now, again, I'm not saying there is. It's just Bruce trying to inject himself into this like he does everything else. That is a real freaking problem. So crazy.
Yep.
I'm going to put that police report too, actually. Give me a second. So the police report she uploaded, there's a lot. Like I said, that video is chock full of goodies, you know. But there is a, give me 1 second. It's a December 16th, 2024 narrative. Let's see. Yeah, this is the 10 feet one. Yeah, wait. No, this is 10 feet from the ground. Yeah,
this isn't the right one.
That's one she put up there. Let me see if there's another one in the stuff she uploaded.
The one that he's trying to say shows that George did something to, I don't know. I don't know what he's saying, but he's trying to say that it was George's fault. That one was about the post office. When Levy County investigated that, they said there was no violation of the protective order. The Ohio judge disagreed.
Yeah, that's what's fascinating about it. The Ohio judge was like, yo.
The Ohio judge found her in contempt for doing that, for not leaving the post office when she saw George was there. And again, Levy County is 100% wrong. They're 100% wrong. If you have a protective order against you, you must leave anywhere where that person that you're not supposed to be near is near you. They're not supposed to leave. You have to go. So if she walked in the post office and George is in there, Lynette needs to turn around and walk out.
100%. Like I said, I've been there.
And the Levy County, their sheriff is wrong. So that when they decided in their little police report that there was no violation of the protective order, they were 100% wrong.
Unfortunately, prosecutors do not protect you when you have a protective order. That is the reality of that. And if you ever face that reality, it is not fun, because you can report just an absolute breach of it, and they will do nothing.
Nothing.
In fact, they may go further. I had the experience of someone being on probation, so they're not supposed to do anything related, and I reported a violation, which was a pretty egregious violation. And the prosecutor here said, well, we're going to give them a warning. And I was like, a fucking warning? There is no such thing as a warning. Either you do violate or you don't violate. You don't give out verbal warnings, So that's a bunch of garbage. It's just crazy to deal with, but they don't care about that. They only really, best case scenario, Levy County is much worse than anyone else, I think. But best case scenario, most prosecutors, they only want something that will get them headlines, because they run on those. They want the easy drugs on the table, or something sensational.
It's crazy.
I want to read this one anyway, regardless of it being that. I still want to read this. This is funny. This is about her and the video camera taping. So here's the original incident narrative. On December 16th, 2024, approximately 14:37 hours, I responded to redacted in reference to complaint, that would be LMNOP, stating that Jeremy Hales was videotaping her property. Now, everybody should remember this. Remember all of the narratives that came up with this stuff. I love seeing this again, because you remember them talking about, oh, he's got a camera 10 feet off the ground. Oh, it's recording. So this is them. And you got to remember, too, the people that are saying this, the PR team, they're talking to a lawyer. So a lawyer, I'm sure, is giving them advice on how this goes forward, telling them certain things are violations. Surely they talk about it, right? And yet, so upon arrival, I made contact with LMNOP, who advised that she had a large wooden privacy fence now installed at the front of her property, closest to the roadway, and she had seen Jeremy Hales holding his camera above the fence to see inside her property line. Now, LMNOP also stated that Jeremy's cameras are not allowed to be more than 10 feet from the ground.
10 feet. 10 feet. Sorry, I caught myself.
10 feet up. 10 feet up. 10 feet up. Wait, wrong. And she pointed to a tree across the street where a video camera was mounted. Now, LMNOP informed me that she had read several statutes in reference to reasonable expectations of privacy and that Jeremy was violating it. I informed LMNOP that I was unsure what statute she was referring to and requested that she show me the documents she was collecting her information from. LMNOP was unable to provide any of this paperwork or statutes.
Big surprise. Anyway, my favorite part in the new video that Shara does is we get the police camera footage. And on that one, Lynette, she starts screaming into her phone, "Hey Siri, what's the Florida law?"
Yeah, I figured we pull.
I can't be filmed in my backyard. It's like, ma'am, this is not how any of this works.
I figured we pulled that, and I think we'll pull that video, that we were talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
The one that starts at the pew pew.
Yeah,
I think we'll watch that after this, because again, I don't think we'll get through that entire. I mean, that video, it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. And the way I wanted to approach it today is to read you the emails first, because I thought, damn, this proves again, we just had Fat Boy come out and tell us that he's not part of a conspiracy. They were all collaborators. And wow, debunked, as Jeremy likes to say.
Debunked.
Indeed. So I did inform LMNOP of Florida Statute 810.145, which defines, here's something, by the way, just a short aside. They always complained, and in fact tried to sue when people were using Lynette Preston's name, right? They were so pissy about it. So when people start using nicknames, they complain about nicknames. Like you see them saying, "Oh my God, calling BBB a nickname. That's anti-Semitic." It's like
you can't win.
There's always a narrative.
You're just not allowed to talk about them at all, but they can talk about you all day long.
Yep. They can indeed, and they did. You saw the,
and you can't use use their stuff, but they can use yours all day long.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that they enjoyed your voice in something.
Oh yeah.
That was interesting, considering,
If I did that to them on YouTube, I'm telling you, they'd strike my channel falsely, but because they've done it before.
Oh man, I remember that. And no, what really, looking back, when Bruce struck your channel, and then he had to let it go, and they were like, "You should be thanking Bruce." And like,
I'm gonna
false
thank
striking
him.
you.
I'm gonna thank him for falsely striking me. Yeah, no, for stopping the thing he shouldn't have done in the first place. Yeah, no, thank you. I will not thank him for that.
Not just that. I mean, again, they play the whole you can do anything, you can cover or say anything. Hell, they're saying that loud right now. You can say or do anything.
I can do anything I want. That's what Bone Licker says. Yeah.
And well, I mean, apparently they think that. They think they can do just about anything. Not say anything. Again, have opinions, but they can say anything. Yeah. But you can't. So anyway, I did inform LMNOP of Florida Statute 810.145, which defines, quote, reasonable expectation of privacy as being, here, quote, circumstances under which a reasonable person would believe that he or she could fully disrobe in privacy without being concerned that a person's undressing would be viewed, recorded or broadcast by another, including but not limited to the interior of a residential dwelling, bathroom, changing room, fitting room, dressing room, tanning booth. Yes, and by the way,
Tanning booth. Yeah, for sure. Somebody needs to tell the Levy County prosecutors that.
Hey, by the way, yeah. Well, that only counts when you don't work for the prosecutors, I guess.
Yeah, and if you're on your free time and you're a prosecutor, you can go and violate women's privacy in a tanning salon all day long. Nobody cares.
I'm surprised she wasn't like, my
This is
bathroom's out here, the bucket. Oh my God.
This county is so messed up, or as Jeremy likes to say, so methed up.
It's very messed up. Yeah.
It's so methed up.
So Lynette informed me that I was incorrect and advised that she would print out the statutes and bring them to the sheriff's office. Now, looking at Lynette's
she's such a legal
property,
scholar. You're wrong.
I love this part. This is so funny here. Looking at Lynette's property, only one, pointing out one as in the number one section of her property, was fenced off with a newly installed privacy fence, while the other remaining sides consisted of open air spacing or age-damaged general purpose fencing.
Aged
damaged. That shit was falling down everywhere. I love it. I love that.
So
that's beautiful. Through the open air sections, I could plainly see two of her neighbor's property from the view of Lynette's backyard. I then attempted to explain to Lynette that she wouldn't have much of an argument for quote unquote reasonable expectations of privacy when 3 out of 4 sections of her yard were not fenced in with privacy.
Let me guess. That explanation didn't go well.
It wouldn't meet the statutory parameters according to Florida statute definition, to which she exclaimed that she wasn't worried about the neighbors. She was only worried about Jeremy recording. Isn't he a neighbor, though? Lynette was unsatisfied with any answer I attempted to provide her, to which she subsequently told me to leave her property. I then obliged her without her request without hesitation. I love that. I was just like, I was out of there.
I'm out of there.
At this time, I've not observed any criminal violation. My in-car video, body map, recorded. We have recording of everything.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, let's jump forward here.
I love the part where she starts screaming at Siri.
Yeah.
Imagine being her Siri.
Oh my God, could you? Oh. Hey, Siri, can a microphone be abused?
Hey, Siri.
I have anxiety over the roof.
Let's say, let me make sure it starts on the, gets off the, come on. All right, here we go. Let's turn the closed captions on. Let's go.
It's like the set of a junior high play.
Hello.
It does.
What can I do for you today?
Well, we wanted to ask some questions.
Okay.
You see, we built a 6-foot fence.
Yes.
We have hopefully changed our expectation of privacy.
Okay.
Under the rules and the laws that we've read, we have now, I'm taking my medicine, expectation of privacy in our yard.
Okay.
You might want to move us off the captions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I'm glad you mentioned it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The camera up above our fence so he can film still.
Okay. What?
Is there a law?
Well, you said that you read the laws, but what laws that you're referring to?
Well, we read privacy laws in Florida. We read about if a person has a fence that takes away the expectation. No, it gives them an expectation of privacy. Where we're in our yard, we're now built a fence to protect our privacy. It's a privacy fence.
Do you happen to know what statutes those are?
No, I can get them.
Wait, I gotta laugh at that for a second. We have now built a fence to protect our privacy. A privacy fence. No shit. You just just the way that was said. Oh my God.
You know, because that would help, because I'm not familiar with any of those statutes.
Okay, I'm gonna have somebody look them back up and get back with me then. And I have all kinds of pictures now. We have cameras on the fence, so they're catching doing it both ways.
Okay. The only laws that I'm familiar with when it comes to reasonable expectation of privacy and violation thereof is going to be, you know, anytime you're inside your own dwelling, whether you're in a changing station, a bathroom, dressing stalls, tanning booths, things of that nature. It's not going to necessarily be property, because even though you have a fence, for instance, here, this is still all completely wide open though too.
You can't see this over the fence without going above the fence, except his cameras that are still, and there's a law about that too.
About what?
The cameras have to be 10 foot and below. These are 15.
10 feet.
10 feet and below for what?
10 feet below what?
To make it eavesdropping and voyeurism.
Voyeurism. Voyeurism. Who the hell would want to be a voyeur over that fence?
Well, I'm not familiar with any of those laws either, because I also know that having a drone and flying it over private property is a civil matter. It's not even a criminal matter.
It's not a drone. It's a camera.
Well, I'm saying...
But he's saying he could have a drone.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. He brought up a very good point when you're talking about if you can't have a camera out there, then how do drones work into this?
Yeah, lady. He's trying to be like, lady, he could fly a drone over here and it would not be illegal. That's a civil matter. You'd have to take him to civil court. You can't call the cops because your neighbor is flying a drone. So why would you be able to call the cops if he had a camera on a pole?
Yeah, you know, if you look at any cases where the police have become involved, it's either because they were spying on someone, you know, some creepy, the real voyeurism, you know,
right?
Or somebody
creeping on
shot
someone
it down.
getting, like you said, getting dressed, being in a tanning salon. Like, please stop trying to twist the law to solve your little neighbor dispute.
It's just crazy. I would throw up in my mouth if she was talking about people being voyeurs on my I would. I think
no one is trying to creep on you.
Yes,
I promise.
Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I'm saying if we're talking about the height difference and how a camera can't be above 10 feet, for instance, but a drone can fly much higher than that, and that's just a civil infraction. That's not even criminal. You know what I mean?
Do you get it now?
No, she doesn't.
You know, if you have statutes, you have to look at them. I'm just not familiar with any ones you're referencing.
Can you get me all the statutes?
Oh, she's on the phone with Lisa. Lisa. She said Lisa.
The privacy fence and of the camera.
Isn't that fascinating? So when you're talking about conspirators here trying to involve police and more, remember, this was a huge talking point.
Is this why Lisa kept saying that there were going to be arrests and we wouldn't be laughing when people would be led away in handcuffs? Were they trying to get Jeremy arrested?
Yes, they've been conspiring to ruin his life, and they're quite literally have been trying.
Didn't she just recently say that she was talking to a DA about getting him criminally charged?
Yeah.
Boy, this just gets weirder and weirder every day.
Not just that. I mean, they have crossed so many lines. Again, how does this not play into Ohio? Because when she was talking to her quote unquote lawyer, you know, I whether that be BBB or whomever, you know, with the trespass 5 thing, if she's talking to a lawyer there, that'd be one thing. But if she's just talking to this random person, her PR person online, they're telling her how to approach this, how to look up things so they can report it. That's not good. It's not good for her at all. Continue. Nope. Ugh, man, this is just nuts, man.
I didn't know PR people tried to get arrests done.
They don't typically. Typically, you know, PR is out there trying to either salvage your reputation or, depending on who's being used, you know, they go out and try to sully the other person's reputation.
Right.
But yeah, they don't usually cross that line. They don't cross the line into legal ramification for themselves. Like this is how you end up causing yourself some problems. God, it's crazy. She's on the phone to her though.
It's crazy.
I'll have to get them back to you. We'll print them out, and I guess we'll just bring them all in.
Oh, like up to the office?
Yeah, I've got a whole legal team now, and they've been searching every law, every criminal code, everything that there is.
Right.
Wait.
Because this has got to
Whole
stop.
legal
What more can
team.
we do?
Holy shit. The admission to that too. A legal team doesn't mean that, like Bruce, Bruce is part of Florida, one case. That's it. Stark, he's part of 2 cases. That doesn't mean you're out there trying to find infractions, hoping to put someone in jail. That isn't.
Okay, yeah.
their
Who's the
function.
legal team? Who's this legal team? There's a whole legal team. You know, I wonder if this is more of the, he co-opted people like the Fleas to be part of the legal team, even though they have no legal expertise, and how he was trying to tell Shara she was part of the legal team without paying her, and she doesn't have any legal. She's like, I'm not part of your legal team. Like that's not what I do.
It's just crazy though. Regardless, her trying to flex and to say not, in the courtroom, no, they're trying to find any violation whatsoever. What she's admitting to right here is conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me see really quick.
Well, I mean, what more can we do to stop this shit?
Okay, one more.
We're not moving.
Nothing.
I'm not giving up what I came here to do with my daughter.
You can't do anything about your neighbor filming
So
from
this
his
is the only
property.
statute that I'm aware of. Okay, and I can show it to you right here.
Wait, what did you
810.145, digital voyeurism.
Give me a second. I want to hear like what that sentence was. Just one second.
I'm not giving up what I came here to do with my daughter because this man is obsessed.
So this is the only statute that I'm
I was just
aware
making
of.
sure.
Okay, and I can show it to you right here.
When she did daughter, I was seeing what context that came in when she mentioned Jeremy Hale, because of all the crazy allegations that she's made regarding that.
810.145, digital voyeurism. Okay. And down here, it defines what reasonable expectation of privacy is according to Florida statutes. And it defines, circumstances in which a reasonable person would believe that he or she could fully disrobe in privacy without being concerned that the person's undressing is being viewed, recorded, or broadcast by another, including but not limited to interiors of buildings, bathrooms, changing rooms,
something other than
dressing
that, though.
room.
That's just like, that's an indoor thing.
Yeah.
That's an outdoor thing.
That's an indoor thing, but the outdoor.
There's an outdoor one. I don't
how
think
does
so, ma'am.
What outdoor? What exactly do you think works for outdoor? I mean, how do you think Google Earth rides around and makes maps of everything? They sent cars out and they had cameras strapped to their vehicles. They picked up all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yep.
How do you think they managed to do that? I mean, do they think that that's somehow against the law too? It's so bizarre.
Now, anything filmed from a public street is fair game.
Yeah, indeed. That's the whole thing. Like if there were a problem, then Jeremy filming, period, that would have been called out by Ohio when he was driving down the road. But
look, we covered that case, the Gosney v. Griffith case, which again, it was warring neighbors, lots of cameras on both sides. I think there was a total of 21 cameras at one point on somebody's yard, And that was perfectly legal. And they were pointed into the backyard, the fenced backyard of his neighbor.
Mine, I've got 11 cameras around my house, and they point all around, and I can see my neighbor's home, the sides of them and the backyard. And my neighbors are happy for that because, some weirdo comes out here, some degen, I'll note something,
Well, right. Most people, know that these days everybody's got a camera. I finally got mine. I don't point it like, I try not to point it directly at the side of their home or anything, but that's just me being nice. There is no. If they gave you some kind of problem, though, you could absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that.
It's crazy for them to think that again, and especially the context they like to leave out of all of this stuff is he has a protective order against them. 100%. He films everything.
Yep.
I was talking to the other day There's a movie. I finally went back and somebody mentioned, I couldn't remember the name of it for a while, and somebody mentioned it in the chat. So I can't remember who you were, but thank you for that. There was a movie that came out a couple of decades ago. It's about this guy who was falsely accused of murder. He gets off, and when he does, he starts taping everything. He wears, camera gear, and everybody thought that was an insane idea. You having to record all of your life. But when you look at a case like this, that's literally what Jeremy Hales has to do. He has to record every aspect of his life went out. Otherwise, God knows what he'll be accused of.
What was that movie? I want to
Freeze Frame.
Freeze Frame. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you can't find it, you can find it on DVD. But if you can't find it, I'll find you a fucking copy. I like that movie. I will. I'll find.
Well, the other movie that is just like what Jeremy's going through. I mean, it's scary how close it is The King of Comedy, starring Jerry Lewis and
I haven't seen that long.
Oh my God, it is exactly what he's going through. It's terrifying how true to life it is in this case. If you haven't seen it, you guys watch it. And if you're like, I hate Jerry Lewis, because that was what I said, because I don't like Jerry Lewis. You've never seen him like this before. He plays like a straight role for the first time ever. And what's his name is also in it. Oh, he's so famous.
What's his name? Oh man, that's so good.
You're not gonna know. Who's in it? You've seen it. You know who's in it.
I don't remember. It's been
the guy with the big mole on his face. He's super famous. He always plays a mobster. Oh, God, come on, you know who he is.
I could look it up and cheat, but I'm not going to. I'm too.
What's his name? I'm getting so old. I can't remember the names.
That's
of
my
famous
problem
people
with
anymore.
movies. When people ask me, like, "You remember that?" No, I don't. I really
Robert
don't.
De Niro. Thank you, chat. Robert De Niro. How do I not remember Robert De Niro's name?
How do you not remember Robert De Niro's name? My God. I'm just playing. I've been forgetting all kinds of things lately. I blame it on the meds, but man, some of it is just me too, I think, Lord, by the way, I've been making avatars, and I was moving them over from my phone because I was sitting around. I was bored one day making them. I was like, oh my God, I saved like 150 avatars. There's so many of them. All right, let's continue here.
Is there a Florida code or statute to protect me in my backyard from being videoed?
This is the Hey Siri.
That's so funny.
Wait, go back so you can hear her go, Hey Siri. It's so funny.
Yeah.
There's an outdoor.
Let me make sure I got it there.
Without being concerned that the person's undressing is being viewed, recorded, or broadcast by another, including but not limited to interiors of buildings,
there's something other than that, though. That's just like, that's an indoor thing. There's an outdoor. Hey Siri.
Yeah, you Siri, there it is.
Is there a Florida code or statute to protect me in my backyard from being videoed?
And Siri's like, no, bitch, there isn't.
Siri's like, the top 10 musical requests of 2024. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
Goes way back. There's a marker back there, and there's a marker back here in the corner.
This property back here, does that belong to anybody? Is that yours or somebody else?
Hudson's own part of it.
Because this looks like a camper or something back there. That's why I'm asking. And then there's another residence over on this side.
The Hudson's their house is right there. And our property line goes. There's a stake back there.
I don't know if you necessarily have an argument for reasonable expectation of privacy with the way that things are set up here.
He's filming from there, not there.
Well, what I'm saying is you have a privacy fence, but it's not about who is filming. It's about that anybody can film. So even though you have a privacy fence there.
The guy is filming from the street over our fence. That's why we built the fence there.
Well, what I'm saying
no
is...
one has filmed
she won't let him talk.
Private property. You can't get on it.
Sure.
No, you're wrong.
What I'm saying is that anybody can film back here towards your property because you don't have any kind of barriers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, sir, she doesn't know what you mean.
Privacy in your yard because it's an outdoor space and you don't even, and I'm not saying that this would change anything even if you had a fence.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't. Thank you.
Okay.
I know it's the same deal. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty, man. Thank you very much.
Yep. Will this recording be gone as all the others are, or can I get this in the next few days from you? Did you have everything on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because I'd like to give that to my attorney.
You're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Like to give it to who?
My attorneys.
I'm not asking you about the attorney.
Boy, she moves really fast for somebody who can't walk.
Uh-huh.
Ma'am, did you want?
Stop it. That is 10 feet high.
She's still arguing.
Ma'am, I think I'm a little confused. Did you want me to leave, or did you want to? I'm a little confused. Did you want me to leave, or did you want me to stay and talk to you about it? Okay. Alrighty, ma'am.
She doesn't know what she wants.
She wants him to be like, "Oh, you're the greatest. You're so right.
You're right. I'm going to
We
go
will
arrest him
arrest
right
him."
now.
Yeah, we're going to put him in cuffs. We'll double arrest him. How dare he film? Okay, there's that other.
Womp womp.
We need that other one too. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up another portion of this, which is good. We'll go through this entire video today. We just, there's so much stuff in this video today. So that comes up right after the pew pew. Let me see. Give me 1 second. There we are. All right. So I'm going to play that part that's right at the pew pew.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Just a warning. This is going to be a little hard to listen to because there is, yelling at a child. It's tough. So just know that.
Yep. You are warned. Oh, man. All right. Here we go.
I'm recording, hon. So, what happened? So, I called the worker this morning because of that lady's message. Turn her video down. Turn it down, will you? And because, we're not going to the splash pad. I still think in the chat that they would unincorporate. Mr. Hale is causing us problems, and we can't do this.
Stop.
Oh, why can't you go to the splash pad?
She is talking to the child and saying, we cannot go to the splash pad because Mr. Hales is causing us problems and you cannot go because of him.
Yes, she's training these. See, it makes sense why they've been saying the cutout across the street, the Travis cutout, the kid sees it as a monster and all of this stuff. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why the kid would see something. If that is indeed true, I wonder why. It's because somebody is teaching them this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild to hear. Like straight off the bat, her telling her kid, we can't do something because of Mr. Hales, bringing him up. No wonder.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. She's teaching this kid everything but what she should be.
Sad.
No, I'm sorry, Mommy, we can't. Wait, Michelle, why not? Because the lady said in her message that she called animal control. So that means that if Fish and Game deal with my tortoises, animal control will deal with the chickens and shit. Oh, so you gotta work on everything. Every single thing is clean and clear. Yeah. You see, they're terrorizing you. The Humane Society, we have multiple. You didn't have the floors, and Fish and Game showed up. So go ahead, John. Keep saying it, John. They're going to come and regulate the fucking tortoises, and Fish and Game showed up. He doesn't listen. Just call the state police. I'm not going to even deal with them. Right. Just call the state police. We're not going to. There you go. Right. Sheriff's Department, if they want to play the games the way they're playing it, then we'll just leave the Sheriff's Department out. Well, I can't leave them out. I have to collect record. Paul assured me, absolutely assured me, that they found nothing wrong with my child. There is nothing wrong. I told him, I said, I know that my set is a mess. I said, she had hospital I dug through everything to get her clothes and to get the bag and to get everything we needed. He goes, so just clean it up. Yeah. I said, I am. We're working it. As it gets older, we're going to have to, baby and I will probably have to stay in the shed unless John and I can, he needs to pay his Lowe's and his Home Depot card quick. Yeah. So that we can go put insulation on it so we can put the paneling insulation, you know, the board kind. Yeah. The foam sheets to put that insulation in there. Then baby and I can stay in the shed even in the winter. We're getting out. We're not going. You're going to have to get her out. She's not going to get out, Johnny. We're going to go tomorrow. We're going to go tomorrow all day. Don't pray. We have to. We have no choice. The bad man is making bad things happen. Yeah.
The bad man is going to make bad things happen.
Yeah, she's terrorizing this child. Like these kind of recordings right here have evidentiary value in court, because when they say that they're going to file and they're going to say that Jeremy Hales has done it. No, she's taught this child that. While who knows too, when you see the statements that she's put up about filming the child and more, like what else has she told that child? Like what horrible thing like that. I'd be particularly worried about that, you know. And then also there's a let me see if I can find it real quick while we're going.
Also, by the way, if you have to go, you know, if you have to change your plans, and that's rough for a 4-year-old, 5-year-old to change plans right away, right? If you have to change plans with a child, it's easy. You just have to, but you have to be kind about it, and you have to be sweet about it, and you have to say, guess what? We were going to go, but we're going to, you know what else? We're ending up, we're going tomorrow because there's a reason it's closed today or whatever. You just make up
you tell them it's
shit.
closed. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, you know what? There's this idea today, and this would be so much more fun. You know, we'll do this. I thought it would be a great idea. You gave me this idea too. And man, you have the greatest ideas. You know, you build them up with it. You give them
like we're going to get a sprinkler and we're going to make a splash pad right here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a 5-year-old will do anything you want to do as long as you make it sound fun. You know, anything. Those are the easiest, man. Those are the easiest years.
3 to freaking around 7 or so. I mean,
right, because they believe anything, and you can just write up. Which is why it's so scary that she's saying the bad man is going to make bad things happen.
Too.
You don't tell your children things like that. That's crazy. That's sick and wrong.
There's a statement by Jamie in this as well, and it reads as follows. I'm just going to read this since it, I think, deals with this kind of stuff too. Jamie says, don't help her anymore because she's lying to you. Do what you need to for the town. And Shara says, lying to me about what? And then Jamie says, but not her. She is fake. Then Shara says, Jeremy. Then you have Jamie say she's lying to you right now about my stuff. And a couple of days before all of this, she told me that, I'm going to say the child said that John touched her.
Ugh.
So why the F is he around? Now, you take that statement right there and you combine it with her own statement that we saw to Shara. This is yet another person that is saying that. That at LMNOP told them. So there's 2 people so far that have made that claim. And we have one of them we have a text message from. I mean, that's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Now, again, it could be Lynette. I mean, this is Lynette, right? Telling Jamie this stuff. Lynette told her. And Lynette also told other people that John was doing things to the child. And we don't know if that's true or not because she lies about all kinds of things. She lies all the time. And she said she didn't want to tell anybody because then CPS would take the kid away and she doesn't want that. But she stays with him. So do you really believe that if he was doing this, that she would stay if that was, unless she's complicit?
People will do horrible things. After being with mental health. Again, I'm not making a statement pro or con on whether I believe the allegation. I'm just saying, will people? Yes, there are horrible people that some of the things I've heard done fucking scar me for the rest of my life. And that's just hearing about them. So yeah, people will. But the thing is, and this really disturbs me with the entire ecosystem, none of them care when it comes to that point.
Nope.
None of them.
And they haven't offered any explanation for it either. Not one. They haven't said anything about like, so, all right, you're saying it's not a problem. Why is it not a problem? Like what?
Let me ask David the donor, if you ever hear anything, I'd like you to hear this. How the fuck do you give $56,000 to people with things like that hanging? Because either, number one, it's true. You say you believe this person about indigence, need, and all of that. Well, why don't you believe them on that? I mean, if they're a liar, then they lie about all kinds of other things. And if it's true, you're giving your money to that. Why would you do it?
To keep a child in a situation where her main caregiver says she's being SA'd. SA'd. We're talking about SA here.
And you gave, I mean, and these people have given.
It's disgusting.
They've given either close to or they've given over 6 figures in support of that without even asking questions. They ignore it. Is it convenient there? And again, I'm not making the claim. Megan's not making that claim. We have LMNOP.
I've actually said I doubt the claim because I can't imagine that a sane person would stay with the child in that kind of situation. Now, like Tug just said, people will do crazy things. I like to believe that if you knew that was going on, you would leave and you would turn it in, you would call the cops. So I'm more leaning towards she's making it up. But how do I know? I don't know. You don't know. The only people who should be trying to find out is social services, and they don't seem to care. So this whole thing is
unfortunately terrible. It feels like screaming to the wind, because it's like no one cares.
Nope. And don't call anybody because it makes them care even less.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, PSA: do not contact anyone. Unfortunately, but.
I wish that we could. I wish that it would actually do any good, but it doesn't. All it does is confirm their suspicion that this is some kind of internet drama. They're making the same mistake they made with the Ruby Frankie case. Same exact mistake. You'd think they'd learn by watching national news stories, because if this becomes one, we're going to be here saying, we told them.
If this becomes national, if something happens to that kid like that, then I'll make sure to lean on Levy County as hard as I can and absolutely ruin them for this, because they let a child that was in a situation like that suffer. They allowed it to happen.
All to stick it to Jeremy Hales.
Yeah. All because of whatever stupid reason. Oh, it's gross. Anyway.
By the way, Cheryl, thank you so much for the 5 on Cash App. She sent me 5 yesterday, or I think was it yesterday? When were we on the air last? Friday? She sent me one Friday, and I had left already, so I didn't see it.
Saturday.
And then or Saturday.
Saturday,
okay, Sorry.
Yeah, typically, typically Megan does not stream, but she had some time there. That's good. Otherwise we'd just flip flop all week long. But Megan doesn't know how her weekends go.
Yeah, I never know how it's going to be. But yeah, so Cheryl just sent me another 5 today. So just thank you for that. I forgot to thank you last night, and thank you for that. Appreciate it.
That's awesome of you. It really is. Actually, yeah, she sent me a 5 as well. Thank you. For real. I mean, that is cool of you every day. I mean, people, again, you've allowed fun employment. Like I said, I couldn't deal with the medical stuff right now. I don't know what I would do if I hadn't made this switch. So I'm more than grateful with that. Anyway, let's finish this. I'm going to get we're not going to finish the whole video, but let's finish this part here,
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Swimming in the pool? Look at me. You have a beautiful swimming pool right there. You have a sprinkler right there, just like the splash pad. I'll show it to you right now.
No, a sprinkler is not like the splash pad, but for God's sake, lady.
They were screaming. I mean,
You can't. A toddler is not going to respond to that. A child is not. All they hear is that tone of voice, and that makes them cry harder because they know that mom is mad. Why is mom mad at me, and why am I being yelled at? That sounds like scolding. No matter what words are coming out of her mouth, it doesn't matter. It sounds like you're scolding her. What you need to do is say, this always worked for my kids, was to go, baby, do you need a hug? You look like you're feeling bad. When they're crying like that, even if, when they're having it, do you need a hug? Again, 98% of the time she would go, yeah. And then
they forget. They have a very short memory on why they're upset. So
it's easy to get them down from the tantrum. It's easy. You just have to be calm.
I keep around a little something, like if there's an accident, like she running and falls or something, something like that. After I get her calmed, and she's a big girl, I have something like a sucker, or so, something to be like, man, you handled that so great. It is the same like this situation. I'd be like, man, you know what? You handled that. You handled it like a big kid. You handled it like I would expect your sissy to do, because that's who she wants to be. And
you're such a big girl. You're taking this like such a champ. I know disappointments are hard. I have a special treat for you because you're doing so good. They'll snap right out of it.
It's so easy to reward a child for behavior. I mean, there's nothing bad. They disappointed the child. They're the ones in the wrong here. They told the child.
Yeah, you told her you were taking her somewhere, and then all of a sudden you decided you weren't going. So it's not her fault. Why are you screaming at her?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not her. She didn't do anything wrong at all in this situation. I mean, all she did was expect you to follow through on promises.
So that I can hook a hose up to her sprinkler.
Oh,
she has a sprinkler. It's her own hose. Once she sees it, she'll get it that she can play in her own splash pad. That's the way he talks. And that's what's but he's under stress too. But Michelle, he's under a lot of stress. Yelling in public. It's not fun. I just want the baby to have what she wants. She's crying. She's upset. I just want to hook up a hose and show her that she has her own splash pad. You're going to have to get a SWAT.
Get off the fucking phone.
You're going to get a SWAT? You're going to have a SWAT? Now you're going to spank her? You told her you were taking her to a splash pad. Now, she doesn't understand why you're not going. And now she's upset and you're going to spank her for it. Wow. Unacceptable.
Very much so. Like, you don't punish a kid because of your failure as a parent.
Jesus.
Yep. I mean, all she's doing is freaking, she's expressing herself the way that she knows how to express. And I would say that the way that she's been taught to express herself, because you see all the emotions spilling out. Ugh.
Yes, that's true. Children will pick up your apps. They'll be mini yous. I learned that the hard way. It's like, oh man, my kids are overreactors. Guess what? So am I. This is all my fault,
Yep. Yeah, my oldest daughter, everybody around is like, she is a car, she's into all the stuff that I'm into, she enjoys everything from the movie types, games, everything else, same type of humor, and they become you.
They pick up your bad habits too. They pick up your good stuff, but they also pick up the bad stuff. So anything that you have that's a character flaw, you're going to see it reflected back at you when in your kids. And it's a humbling moment. It's a humbling moment. It makes you be careful. It makes you think twice.
It's definitely a learning lesson for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I rewound so we could hear the SWAT thing, because we lost it there. So I just jumped it back 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That she has her own splash pad. Yeah. You're going to have to get a SWAT if you don't stop. Now, come on. Okay. You need to come with me right now. We've got to get out of the car. You've got to get out. You've got to get out of the car.
Put the phone down and take her out of the car.
Out of the car. out of the car.
Which is
Now,
so,
and I'll get you a pop.
she's so, she does this so easily around anyone. It makes me wonder what behavior, when people have behavior like this, what behavior are they not wanting to show publicly? Because this is awful behavior to have taped.
It's awful. It's
It
absolutely,
is.
and to do it in front of Shara. Ugh.
Yeah, while and knowing Shara is involved in this stuff because kid, too. It's just anyway.
Out of the car. Daddy has popsicles. Okay, and you don't need him. Get out. John, you're gonna have to come. He walked inside. I'm gonna have to go. It's all right. Kids, this is what kids do. It's not okay. It's not okay for a child to do this. It's what all children do. You just pick her up and no. Pick her up and hug her. Gun up front. I don't know. He took his gun out of the car and she's
Oh no.
in the front seat. She's just playing. She's at the age where she probably needs friends and she just wants to play.
So he left his own pew up in the car.
There's a couple things to unpack there. One, Shara is trying to explain to her, this is just what children do. It's okay. It's what children do. And Lynette immediately says, no, it is not okay. It is not what children do. Which leads me to, so there's some evidence that says she has told people that this child has oppositional defiance disorder and she's a drug baby and she's had, she has all these problems. And that's more of her, there's something wrong with her and, she's not normal kind of thing that she does. But this is 100% normal for toddlers to behave like this.
That alone is also who, according to who, because I'm talking about the oppositional defiance, because diagnosing a child that young with something like that, no, unless they've had
herself.
Yeah, unless they've had extreme outbursts. You were talking about something very extreme, and she, it would be like disruptive in a school setting where they've had violence toward another child. Then you would have to diagnose and get something. But yeah, otherwise, you're probably talking about self-diagnosis and self-diagnosis. I mean, this child is little.
Yep.
They are expressive. There is nothing we get so accustomed to anyway, diagnosing kids with all kind of maladies when they're just acting like kids. Like this behavior right here. The kid's upset. How do adults look how Lynette is acting when she's upset?
Yeah.
Now,
she totally loses it when she's upset.
Yeah. So I mean, but the kid's supposed to have a different, better reaction somehow.
According to Lynette, yep, she's not acting. This is not the way children behave. But I'm sorry, it is absolutely the way children behave, especially a disappointed 5-year-old who was told she was going to go to the splash pad and now she has to stay here with you screaming and yelling. So yeah, that's pretty normal for a kid to have that reaction.
You have to bait them out. Instead of
you do
sitting there. I mean, if she's right there, she could have just baited the kid out. She could have baited him out with like a popsicle. She mentioned popsicle.
She mentioned it, but the way she was saying it, it sounded like a punishment.
Yeah.
He has popsicles.
Yeah, she could have just baited the child out, though. Hey, look, we got this. It'd be good. You could just bait. Again, there's a million different ways you handle this situation. But
with that tone of voice, it doesn't matter what you say. It sounds like you're yelling and screaming. If you say, "Get over here, you can have a popsicle," no kid is going to take you up on that. You say, "Hey, baby, look what I have. Look what I got for you." If you want to see it, though, you have to get out of the car. I have something for you. Do you want to see it? Oh, I can get any 4-year-old out of a car like that.
I also, like in my house, for me, my punishment is for any extreme behavior is raised voice, stern, stern, raised, and the kids don't like that. They don't. So that can be its own punishment. You don't have to threaten to to smack or swat, smack them in the mouth. Good God, dude. You don't need all of that. And again, this isn't some extreme behavior that's manifest. It's just a kid being disappointed.
Completely normal behavior of a disappointed child who was told she was going to get to do something fun, and now all of a sudden she can't. That's totally normal.
It's totally normal human
I'm so
behavior.
sorry for her. So sorry for her that she doesn't have adults to speak nicely to her ever. Everybody's lost your we've all lost our temper with our kids, but this is crazy. This is just nuts. This is not one of those moments.
This is their norm.
Yeah.
Like, this is all, again, they know that somebody's listening. They have Shara right there, and they expected nothing. Again, play.
Get out of the car. Wait, let me talk to her for a minute. I'll tell her.
Shara's offering
Shara.
everything.
Michelle, get out of the car.
Oh,
Michelle,
man.
let me see why somebody comes by and films you.
Oh.
Michelle, out of the car. Michelle,
Oh, my God.
let me tell her to get out for a second.
So you get out of the car, or Jeremy's going to come and get you.
Yeah, she's turned him into the boogeyman. That's so
Yeah.
sad.
She
That's
has.
so sad. Jeremy's
that
not
kid-
trying to videotape that kid. It's ridiculous.
That kid, God, they probably live in fear of, like you said, he's under the bed. He's he's gonna get you. Like he's the boogeyman. That's insane. You turn your neighbor, whom the child. This is a tiny town too, so
It's
the
so
child
sad. The bad man, like what? Even if there were a bad man, like if this wasn't something she was over exaggerating, let's say there was some, you wouldn't tell your 4-year-old stuff like that. You're scaring the hell out of her.
Yeah, you don't mentally terrorize your children.
They're not ready for that. They're not old enough to understand what you are talking about. And to say we have to protect you from this bad man, like, oh my Lord, that is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Second. It won't work. Let me do it. Let me talk to her.
I love Shara for this.
Yeah.
She tried so hard.
Now, there's a lot more to the video. I'm not going to go through it all today, though. I think we'll hit more of it. We'll see what happens. Like tomorrow, there's a bunch of stuff for tomorrow anyway already for your channel.
Yes, we might be able to hit the rest that we didn't in the beginning part, because then after that, we're going to go to Rumble exclusive. So we have 1 hour that I haven't made plans for. So maybe we can hit the rest of that in the first hour, and then in the second.
I think tomorrow, since we didn't cover it, you should cover that arrest stuff.
Oh gosh, I forgot all about it.
Yes. See, I thought about doing that today, and then I was like, no, that'll be a fun one, because I didn't know if we would get to cover something together. I didn't know if you'd have time today.
Yeah. No, that's
So
a
I
great
didn't plan
idea.
that one.
Let's do it. We have
That's
the
what you need
arrest.
to do.
We have the arrest report of the man who was living on Lynette's property.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of
It's
horrifying.
something else.
It's horrifying.
It is. I was like, holy crap. Well, it's just more of the same, though. Is it not? It's
That's
just more of
true.
the freaking same. Like, how many times have we seen something terrible come up? And again, there's kid around
Too
all the
many
time.
times. Too many times.
All right, I'm gonna hit supers. Are you gonna stick, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna go. I hear the kids made cookies, so I'm gonna go
roll.
get some. I
Man,
will
see,
see you
that sounds
guys.
good.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right, see ya.
Thanks.
Yeah, tomorrow, make sure that you all tune in. We're going to be on Megan's channel tomorrow, and it'll be something. What we're talking about. I'm setting up my redirect here real quick while we're talking before I hit the super chats there. But tomorrow, there's the arrest. Now, the arrest itself, it's some crazy stuff. The that whole document's just nuts. And again, it's more of the same. It's more of these bad people, that you hear about. I used to avoid, like Megan said at the beginning, I avoided talking about the people in the property because I didn't know enough about any of that. I was like, I don't know. But it turned out like you had person over and over again, just terrible stuff. All right, let's hit these. Rebel Bird, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Kick that thing off, too. That was awesome. I saw it roll in right before we started. That was cool. Rebel Bird also dropped 5 gifted memberships right from go, too. Thank you, Rebel. Also, props. Give the mods love. Give Rebel some love. Man, they keep the peace. They keep it up from being insane over here. Man, we are 1 super chat off of 50 today again on a Sunday. That's crazy. So 49. That's awesome. Thank you, folks. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. What up? What up, you sir? What up with you, man? Appreciate Max Lab, by the way. Again, Max Lab done a lot of digging, finds a lot of good stuff. There are a lot of you that are great out there. Max Lab does a lot. Again, I give love to Emma. Thanks to do. Hey there, how are you? I am doing good today. How are you doing? I ended up. You may notice a couple of times I was like, oh, I had to take my medication in the middle of the stream, so it does make me a little loopy. But it's been a good stream. Fallen Hero, thanks for the super chat there. It does not allow a statement at that, but again, it is a statement. Thank you for backing the channel. Emmy, thank you for that super sticker there too. Man, like I said, I love these super stickers. I think they're cool. I appreciate it. Tonight too, we will be going over to Jeremy Hale's after this. He has it at, that's why we go early on these days. He live streams at 7 o'clock. So we goof off until close enough to that. Life According to Martin, thanks for the 2. We have the gifted program in the ecosystem. Yes, indeed. Indeed. That is true. What's up, Gamer Jackie? How are you doing, by the way? Thank you for that membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs. Appreciate you, man. You've been a lot longer than that, for sure. Aubrey, thanks for the 10 months. 10 months of fun times, indeed. Happy to help you in the Tuglets in a small way. And knowing this makes the haters right on the floor bonus. Indeed. Indeed. By the way, let me say this today, too. Make sure that you do subscribe to Shara's channel. Her video, when it went out, if you haven't watched it, watch it. If you have watched it, watch it again. One of the problems, like her stuff takes so long to put together, and you don't know the upload schedule, that sometimes it doesn't get out there to enough people. They do well, especially for her channel size. She's over 6,000 subscribers, but I'd like to see her get a lot bigger. Yeah, because again, all of that stuff, there's just so much of it packed in there. Froggy Girl, thanks for 31 months. That's wild too. We got 31 freaking months. That's amazing. It's been fun times indeed. Ready for another 31 months of fun times. Indeed, and thank you for that. I mean, that is awesome. Again, sincerely appreciate that. And it has been a lot of fun times. Becky, thanks for the month there. Well, I have to tell you, I'm older and overweight, but I'm anything but bored. Indeed, what kills me about the ecosystem is they take shots at all of you. They take shots at you for being female. Okay. If you're female or if you're not, who cares, right? They take shots at you saying, all of you are older. Okay, well, age matter, especially for some of them. I mean, they're not exactly spring chickens themselves. A lot of us are, we are at the get off my lawn age. We're older. And you know what? You're loved here. Who cares? They talking about Wayne. Who cares? Again, I take shots at certain ones of them because fuck them. They're nasty people, and they implode. Like Stupid Dave, I don't care if he weighs 10 tons. I don't care whatsoever, but he implodes over it. But for you guys, I mean, how dare they take shots at you? You're totally welcome here. You built this thing, and they hate you for it. So who cares, right? Bonnie, thanks for the 6 months. Yep, I'm bored, old, and overweight, but every pound is paid for. And hey, that's true too. That's true too. You pay for every pound in life, not in collections, but you pay for it in life as well. I'm not I'm not spring chicken, like I said, and I put on a few extra pounds. You can hear it. Woo! It's okay. Actually, I've been losing weight like crazy since all this. When I stopped drinking Cokes, it's amazing how much weight I lost because of that. Just not drinking Cokes. But who cares, man? You know, these people just want to hate you. You know why they hate you? Because they can't hate you for having the truth. So they have to hate you on you for something else. And it's fascinating because look at them. You know, they lie in avatars, but real life, Tish, rather. Thanks for the 5 there. I'm old, overweight, and a fan, I guess. Even stupid is something, right? Indeed. You know, it's like I said, it's funny too, considering some of these people. What are they basing that on? You know, I mean, they're better than that. Really, come on. I appreciate you, by the way. You know, like I said, all of you were loved here. Joe, thanks for the 10. Breadsticks for the hilarious entertainment. Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, today was good. I didn't know if Megalodonis would be able to come on. She I had messaged her about the stuff that was in that Shara video, you know, and she messaged for a couple of things too, especially for there's another thing. I'll cover this the next time we talk about it. We'll probably cover it all probably Tuesday. Who knows? I mean, really, who knows what'll pop off, but it'll keep. But another thing that was fascinating that she put in there was all these admissions. Remember how she said she'd never had a cease and desist order? You remember that? She said it. And then after she said that, and she said, you know, she's never lied about anything, which I thought was funny. They tried to spin it as, well, she had never actually been served one. You know, she'd never gotten it. Well, isn't that weird? Because here's a picture. Here's the cease and desist. Her talking about it. So, I mean, she just lies about anything. I mean, that's not even something to lie about. Like, that's not something you get in trouble. You know, you may have trouble down the road from, but you receiving it or not? Are you kidding me? Then you have the My Adventures in Homebrew. I love it. Look at all the square bullet. By the way, tomorrow, square bullet point the chat, if you would. Let's just have a square bullet point moment. That'll be amazing. You know, square bullet points and hamster panty hamsters. I love it. For Megan Fox. And the rest is for Bug and her pizza bites. Indeed. And thank you for that. That's funny. I love it. Ryder Chick, thanks for 5. So instead of blaming Jeremy, we're now blaming Larry. I got to know these things. Yeah, apparently now Larry is to blame. It's not. And you know why? It's because Larry did not have Bruce on. That's why he's to blame. He was going to have Bruce on, but for whatever reason, he decided not to have him on. You know, he thought his claim was ridiculous, I guess. And because of that, I mean, here you have it, and you can see that in that screenshot too, in that letter. It says, which I think is due to DUI guy Larry Foreman. I'll explain later. He hates him just because he wouldn't have him on his show. It's so bizarre, isn't it? Lewis thinks he's the boring one. Indeed. Listening to him, God. That's why if all these people are so gifted, why don't they bust a channel out there with 100,000 subs? I mean, for real. If it's so easy and it's just all simple, it's all gravy, why not 50,000? Again, look at like Megalodonis is the perfect example. Look at her grind. Now with live streams, it's a harder grind, much harder than just going out. And she doesn't drop a subject because she pursues justice with it. You know, that's not exactly helpful to your channel. But look at how she's grinding and building. It's because people enjoy her content. Look at the ecosystem. Even the biggest ones there, they've managed to max out at a few thousand subs, and they will be abandoned once all of this is over. They will abandon them. They will not go forward with them. That's the crazy part. And what happens, like, again, if LMNOP turns on them, what happens then? You know, she's going to get sick of some stuff. Wait till they turn on Sean. That'll be interesting, too. I want to see how Sean is not, I'll say for one thing, Sean is not one that they should be trifling with online, because Sean, I think, would welcome an online war. Like, unlike say, Silverman or anybody else that they've come after, Sean would have come back at them, you know? So they wanting to pick a fight with him, that might not be the smartest thing ever. Oh, that would be pretty interesting to see. I have a feeling they want to, though. Hey, BK, what's up, BK, by the way? Love to you. Love seeing you there all the time. Love it. Thank you for the gifted membership, too. That is awesome. Thank you. I love those memberships. I do. Clarence, what's up, Clarence, man? Like that kangaroo, by the way. I like how menacing kangaroos look. Thanks for the 5. Did you notice LMNOP directly implicated the walrus as part of her legal team? Yes, by calling her for statute info. She says her legal team is gathered. Indeed. Indeed. Isn't that fascinating, by the way? You know, that won't protect them either. If they actually get into litigation and they have been included in messaging, they can't just suddenly claim they're part of a legal team. They're part of the legal. Remember, they've done all these denials publicly. They aren't these things, but they are these things. So that causes them problems too. It'll be interesting if that lawsuit, again, we'll see where the second lawsuit goes. But if it goes forward, if it gets into those discovery phases, especially, woo, man. JJ, thanks for the additional 5 there. I laughed at the level of crazy, but then I think poor Jeremy and George have to live this. It's actually terrifying. My heart aches for them. Indeed. That's one of the reasons I cover, too, because when these morons, they decide to hyper-focus on someone like me, they're not hyper-focusing on someone like Jeremy Hales. And at least that frees up a little time. Every day they aren't targeting this person. Anytime they decide to target me or anyone else, at least it's freeing some time up there. That's another reason I don't want to abandon this trial either. Because I feel for the people that are involved, the people that are targeted by an army of idiots. Mandy Pandy, thanks for the 5. I like that. Mandy Pandy, thanks for the 5 there. Megan, I'll have to say, did you, Tony and Ryan, for the picture of your hair? I'll have to send that over to her, by the way. Also names for Dave, Pillsbury Doughboy, Michelin Man. Yeah, Stay Puft. I like that. Tug Love to the girls. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I mean, they are great school insults. And I like that they admit to that too. When you had Bruce admit that they're stupid names or stupid jokes, and you know, all of that's protected speech. So thank you. World Explorer, thanks for the 10 there. World Explorer. Can't Bruce get reported and charged for this? What are the chances of Bruce being jailed? Or will he just get sanctions, i.e. pay money? Or they're going to get off with just a fine? Will anyone be jailed? It's hard to make a lawyer pay. Honestly, it's difficult. He's being sued right now. Let's see what happens with that. But as far as sanctions for some of their stuff, I mean, we'll have to see how trials go forward. I really think, now again, this isn't on him. I think the thumbnail litigations, they're going to end up with some sanctions. They should. They've done some ridiculous stuff. We covered that yesterday. We have the Trespass 5. Again, they ran that all through someone else. Now, what'll happen with that because of all the other information? I mean, who knows? Until I see something happen, though, I don't put a lot of stock in anything happening to them, unfortunately. There is legality issues with it. But there's also places like Levy County. Look at how they've reacted to anything. You think they're going to react to anything with that? So, I mean, they can say, we'll see how that comes together. But I believe legally he has some. He definitely has some potential lawsuit issues off of it. He could potentially have some issues with licensure. But I mean, again, getting the bar, who knows? You look at what they put up with. So I mean, we'll see. I wish I could be like, yes, of course. Some people would do that. Be like, yeah, that's going to happen. I just don't have a lot of faith in the system, unfortunately. Rebel Bird also dropped another $5 super sticker. Thank you, Rebel, again. That's awesome of you. Appreciate you. Elsa, thank you for the 2 there. I take offense at bored viewer. I am entertained. Indeed. That's the thing that kills me. I could be all of that, but as the gladiator here asks, are you not entertained? Because I am. I am. The Green Veggie Beast dropped a super chat there too. Thank you for that, Green Veggie. Good to see you, by the way. Again, as I said many times, that doesn't allow a statement, but it is a statement. So thank you. Nessa, what's up, Nessa? Thanks for the 2. Breadsticks mug for a daily dose of laughter. Indeed. It's been a fun coverage time. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but it has been something to cover for sure. Green Veggie Beast also dropped 5 gifted memberships as well. Thank you there. Like I said, I appreciate you. I see you here all the time. Thank you. Again, you all have built something out of this, and it's fun to do with you all. I hope that does make sense. When I say, trial, I love covering the chaos and the crazy. I would not wish this on anyone's life, but it's there, it's happening. And it is, I'm addicted to covering the insanity. But I also think 100% Jeremy is right in there. And I hope in coverage that it does sometimes take the pressure off the guy. Mandy Pandy, thanks for the 5. Additionally, if BBB had a Chinese name, it would be Who Flung Dung. Who Flung Dung. Gross. That is funny. You made me laugh for that one. Rick Friend, thanks for the 5 months. Hashville. Gainesville. Indeed. I'm not gaining anything in this bill. What a nut. You gotta love it. And also, thanks for the 2. Candy fun for the girls. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. It's funny, man. I like Rick Friend. And again, it makes me laugh because one of my really good friends' names is Rick. So every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. So good, Chief. Thanks for 2. This is not a breadstick. It's a garlic knot. Man, you are getting sophisticated out there, cynic. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, buddy. Been here forever too, man. Misbehaving. Thanks for the gifted membership. Misbehaving, how you doing too? It's good to see you. Daily Dysfunction. What's up, Daily Dysfunction? Thanks for the 2 there. Appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you as well. Love returned. I see that. Oh, like it. Back at you for sure. John Baker. Thanks for the 2. BBB is a team lawyer. That's funny. Oh, this is crazy, by the way. So I decided I had some issues with the Verizon. This is random, okay? I had some issue with Verizon, like some big issues. I was like, screw Verizon. I'm switching off. I'm going to AT&T. AT&T here, one of the things they allow you to do, they allow you to, they want you off of Verizon so bad that they'll pay off your phones for everybody. So they'll pay off all of our phones in the house and they'll give us about 50% off. And it's been good so far. It's been actually better service, to be honest. But it's at 50% of the cost. Like no hidden fee crap, 50% of the cost. Now, the weird thing, this is where the Temu thing comes in. This is what made me think of it. I went to buy phone cases the other day and I learned something interesting. I found the exact same case, the exact one at Best Buy for $20. The exact one drop shipped from, I think AliExpress. I mean, exact copy of it, $2. Like, what a markup, man. You're paying 18 more dollars for the storefront and some packaging. That's nuts. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes you get a Temu lawyer though. Maybe you buy a phone case that way, but don't get your lawyer that way. Anyway, X-Files Inc. Man, I love that name, by the way. I love X-Files. I love it. Thanks for the two. Hashtag meltdown. Meltdowns, pests. Need a few chill pills, me things. Indeed. I mean, he's been so butter. What's crazy about him, again, is he wants to be a drama YouTuber. He's saying that in those letters. He likes to cover things that go on with you, but he doesn't like blowback. I mean, he himself got involved in drama. Not just this case, but he got involved in the theft of money from one of his biggest super chatters ever. And instead of dealing with it like a man, he ran like a little bee at the first sign of trouble. He was like, "Oh, please, we're family. Don't kick me out in the cold." Dude, backbone, little man. Kissing Ray's butt after he like spit on him too. That's really funny. Teresa, thanks for the 5. There's 4 sheets and a rung. That would need to be a song. That's true. That is true. That is what it was, wasn't it? Misbehaving. Thanks for the 6. Isn't that polyflopping? Her trying to get as many shit as possible to use in court? Yes, that's what they say. They keep bringing litigation and doing it for content more. Yeah, I mean they are the. That's why I think it's funny to call it polyflop. Yeah. What's up? Thanks for the 5 there. The anti-Hales ecosystem are worse than so SIDS. Yeah. I think honestly their behavior has been worse than anything that I've seen from a lot of just the weirdos out there. The sovereign citizens are pretty wild, but at least sovereign citizens, they base stuff on some truth, even if it's far flung and they're wrong about it 100%. At least it's, I guess, kerneled in something. You know, these people just reach into thin air and they take from other people. That's the other thing that makes them worse. Yeah, but in my opinion, they're worse than the flat earthers. You know, I mean, it's so bizarre. What's really bizarre is if you confront one of them with some of the stuff that's happened or it's been said. It was fascinating. Like I was noting, one of the two weirdos, Darth Touch out there. When he mailed me, I noted the LMNOP accusations against John. And the way they covered that is, that just sounds like a hit piece against John. Okay, so you're not willing to talk about that at all. You're not willing to talk about these accusations made by her that have been talked about by 2 people, and we have a message to confirm that was actually discussed. You're not willing to talk about that at all? That's creepy. But I guess look at who that is, Ryan Cat. Thanks for the 29 months. I can't believe how nutsoid they are. It is crazy, isn't it? When you put a mirror up to something, that's why some of these cases are so addictive, though, because these people are absolutely bonkers. And looking at them, you're just like, what now? Misbehaving? Thanks for the 2. Tug, I got you something. I need your P.O. box thingy. Let me put up the P.O. box, actually. Give me a second. I need to attach that freaking thing underneath. Give me 1 minute. I'm copying the post office here. So it's P.O. Box 151, and the address will be here. Give me 1 minute. There you go. So I dropped it in there. That should be, that's the right one. I need to attach that, though, to future videos. I think I'm going to put that in the description. That way. Man, I'm glad you mentioned that because I meant to do that for a long time. I think I could do that right now while we're talking. Jeremy's got about 26 minutes left, by the way. So we are trucking along good. I realize, for anybody out there, I realize that he has a live stream coming up. Like I said, if we run kind of close to it on these days. And there's a point to that too. We do it, I go earlier than him. It's kind of like I feel like it's a pregame almost. It'll be interesting, though. He's going to be talking about Sean quitting, him leaving the case. I think that's fascinating, just to find out that he's leaving the case. Like, don't you? Because that brings up so many questions. So I put a P.O. box, that umbrella guy. I'm putting it in. It'll be on any future upload. So thank you for mentioning that. Anything that comes up from now on, we'll have it in the description. Okay. I appreciate you doing it. I appreciate you asking while we were live because I forget. There's been someone else that asked me about that too. Like I said, I appreciate it. Miss Behaven, also thanks for the 11 there. LMNOP is teaching her that anybody who sees the abuse neglect is a monster, so HD can't run to anybody for help. It's disgusting. It's true. She's actually, if that is all the norm, then this child, you also learn from negative reinforcement. If you don't get positive reinforcement, then you will crave negative attention because it's attention still. And that's where you get some terrible behavior from. It is learned. Yeah, right. Thanks for the 2. Is she called control? She called control. That's funny. It's the blue bucket full. That's funny there. By the way, man, love to you. Love to Mark. I appreciate you both. I appreciate you both quite a bit. Y'all are great people. Thank y'all. That is funny. Ryder Chick, thanks for doing. My heart just breaks for a little girl. Indeed, it's a terrible situation. It is terrible to listen to. Heidi, thanks for the 15 there. Sheltered silence. She has nothing or no one to compare life to. That is indeed true too. When you're looking at that, it's just strange because you have this situation where this guy's been turned into a boogeyman. Anybody outside of that situation, they're boogeymen as well. Anybody that's come in and broken that, like say Lloyd, for example, he got her a gift. Now he's a monster there. And you have this this revolving door of people that get arrested or kicked off the pride. Just it's bizarre, man. What a way to live. Misbehaving. Also, thanks for the additional 6. She's also teaching HG that abuse is love and asking for help. Make it worse because mom gets angry. Well, what's really bad is this setting. She only has, it seems like, one vocal setting. We see that with a lot of people that are dealt with. Unless she was, the only time I've ever heard it change in any recording was when she was trying to tell the grudge judge that, oh, poor me, Jeremy Hales. But besides that, it's just this one vocal setting, and that's terrible. Misbehaving, thanks for the 6 as well there. And the only thing wrong with HG is her toxicome. Indeed, that is I would agree. Again, I'm basing my statements, like I said, they love to play this game of they're going to sue a mafia child. I'm basing my statements off of what I hear and these statements that she herself, LMNOP, has made either directly to a child about doing stuff like smacking her in the mouth or to other people about terrible things, terrible people. The allegations that she made about John Cook. Yeah, it's a terrible place. Cutting Linguist points out, too, that You call John daddy again. Indeed. I heard that in there. That's right. She said he couldn't be around her or anything else. And yet, you know what's really interesting about this stuff too? You'll hear these interactions, and she's trying to pretend that there was a change after the arrest. You know, you had the pro and the before, and then the after. And he stopped drinking and all this. Somehow that would make it better. First of all, it doesn't make that kind of allegation better. Nothing makes that kind of allegation better, because that's not just an alcohol related thing. You could be an asshole and mean and horrible with alcohol, but if they're going into allegations of bad touch, let's say, that's another world. So to have called him daddy before that, we've heard it. I mean, that's so bizarre. It's so gross. General Rickles, thanks for the 5 there. The scariest truth of parenting is that we reproduce what we are. That is indeed true too. That is indeed true. You know, and you can be better if you see problems in yourself or the way you were raised. You can make a better human being. But most people, they can't see the flaws in themselves or the flaws in, you know, their upbringing and more. They see it a little bit, but they recreate it. It's true. SF, thanks for the 5 there too. Evil Disney characters know how to calm a child, for fuck's sake. Indeed, that's true. That's true. How's it the woman like this? If adults can't stand to be there, child doesn't have a chance. Yes, that's another good point too. Yeah, even a Disney villain knows how to calm a child down. And you see people that are voluntarily there bailing. But there's one party that can't voluntarily bail. Misbehaving, drop that number 52. That was awesome. Thank you, Misbehaving. That is cool of you. I appreciate you there. Mike Slab, thanks for the 2. Did you get the spicy thing I found last night? I'm not sure. Let me see. Give me 1 minute. I don't know. Maybe I missed it when there was a. Give me 1 second. I'll look it over. I might have actually. Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah, I just saw that. So I'll pull that up and see if there's anything that needs any correction on it. See what exactly is there. But I did miss that. So Max, I'll check that out for sure. Thank you, buddy. Anna. I'm sorry, I said Anna. Anne, thank you for the 2 months there. Happy to be here. I'm happy they're here too. You know, it's the only place where somebody can take a name like Anne and turn you into Anna for some reason too. How the heck do I butcher Anne? Sorry about that. Gamer Jackie, thanks for the 2. Hanging in there, my friend. Love you and the girls. Well, I appreciate you. I know who that is too. You know, the as I develop medical and I get older, I now understand, like, you know, older, like my grandparents and the way they would complain about getting older. It all makes more sense, you know. So hanging in there, that's what we do. Love to you. And you keep being you. Thank you. Sassy, thanks for the 5 there. Thank you guys for always covering the truth and for being able to voice for those who couldn't or can't speak. Trying to do, you know, for sure. Breadstick and candy money for Tug and Tuggets. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it too. Yeah, I mean, that's part of covering stuff. You know, that went through 2 times, by the way, Sassy. So if you didn't mean to send that 2 times, see if you can go back and delete one of those. If you can delete it in the chat there, if you didn't mean to. Courtney Witt, thanks for the 10 there. Just something to annoy the walruses. Walrus town. Thank you. Appreciate it. Wonder Girl. What's up, Wonder Girl? Thanks for the 63 months. Wonder Girl loves y'all. Wonder Girl. I have to give Wonder Girl love. Look, Wonder Girl has been one of the earliest people that's been attached to this channel. We had like 2012. Romer. Wonder Girl, though. Wonder Girl has backed projects and just so much, and I got to meet Wonder Girl at one time. I think that's awesome. You know, I'm getting to meet some of y'all. Like it conventions and more, or I've dealt with people that they're allowed to do like good works again. And they, you know, like Wonder Girl is when I had some crazy people and crazy moments. Yeah, been there. So appreciate you, Wonder Girl. It's good to see you. Team Brittany. What's up, Team Brittany? Thank you for 5 gifted memberships there. That is awesome. Like I said, I love seeing gifted memberships dropping in. That's cool there. Kelly, thanks for the 5. Hey, just a thought. Can us board viewers file class action lawsuit against BBB? maybe for boredom. I mean, it is silly, though, when you think about it for real. Them talking about class action lawsuits and getting legal advice from BBB. BBB's not supposed to be giving out legal advice like that. You're not just supposed to, you know, solicit again. That's the reason why YouTubers, like we were saying before, they put up notices. This is not legal advice. That's why all the lawyers do that, because they know that there could be blowback. You can actually have a problem. But BBB, for some reason, has decided to hit these people up and to give them not only legal advice, but terrible advice. I mean, look at some of the things that he's advised these people to do. He's essentially told them that they go in the course of action that they have, they wouldn't get sued at it. He's also told them that, you know, he would he'd look over things. Again, you aren't supposed to do that kind of stuff. Then on top of that, for him to hunt down people to potentially sue Jeremy Hales, that's bizarre. It's beyond bizarre. It's highly, highly questionable behavior. It makes you look at that Stark situation. You know, everybody, when we first said Stark seemed like a puppet lawyer, like he didn't seem like he himself. Who was he? A lot of people thought, no, that's too far. You know, he's just a lawyer that has gotten involved, somehow been talked into it or whatever, you know, but he's out there doing things. Well, look at it now. I mean, the Stark situation, that's kind of what they've been trying to do with so many others as well. Look how many lawyers have tried to ghost this too. How many lawyers do you see that are like, yes, I want to get involved with this? I mean, it's nuts. People avoid it like the plague. And Team Brittany also, thank you. 5 gifted memberships there. That, like I said, that's awesome of you. I saw the memberships fall in, and that they, like I said, they are my favorite thing on this entire platform. So, let me see. Let me see if I missed anything. Yes, one more. Give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, that's cool. I had, let's say, Joey. Thank you. Sent $20 out there. Thank you, Joey. That is awesome of you. That is much appreciated. It is. It very much is. Thank you. AC sent 25 through PayPal. Thank you, AC, as well. Like I said, that's awesome. they're. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you folks. And MP sent 10 as well, and said that I may have MP, same initials, but I'm not her. No, indeed. That's just like, I know plenty of Johns, right? And having the same name as somebody, you know, MP, or having the same initials, yeah, that doesn't make you them whatsoever. Sharing the same name, you can take that back. In fact, take your initials back, ma'am. Take them back. They belong to you. They were in good use well before these folks came along, right? You were using them for good in the world, and make sure you take it back. But anyway, I'm gonna end here. It's been a fun live stream. It's actually gone longer than I thought we would go, for sure. But we've got about 12 minutes before Jeremy Hales actually kicks off tonight. And again, tonight looks like it could be a fun one. I mean, actually, a lot of his live streams are fun anyway. One of the things I enjoy about his live streams are the humor to it. But tonight's topic Yeah, let me just pull that up here. Said their lawyer quits on them. Court updates. So that should be, again, that should be a fascinating discussion. Maybe he knows more about the lawyer that's dropping out there too. I'll definitely be listening myself because I want to know more about what's happening with that. You know, if there is anything. And again, we'll find out much more if there's a court filing that's on it. Because if he's dropping out, there has to be a reason. I keep wondering if it's monetary, you know. Or sometimes I also wonder this. Is it actually knowing what these people are, but you call it out for a different reason? You know, again, you can say monetary, but you just know you need to get away from this because it's not good for you. And I mean, really, ultimately, Lynette has thrown in all the way with Bruce. Bruce is trying to control every case out there. As a lawyer, I would not want to be involved with it simply for that. I mean, can you imagine you're another lawyer out there, you have your own point of view, you have your own ideas on how you should approach this case, but instead of being left alone to do things the way that you feel that they should be handled, you have somebody always trying to interject themselves into your case. I mean, can you imagine dealing with BBB like that? That would be nuts, wouldn't it? But anyway, I'm going to switch you over. Like I said, we got about 10 minutes. Y'all have fun, and we'll see you tomorrow, Megan's channel. See ya.